No. I don't think that is the P.F. Jung song, but it sounds very similar. I'm sure he got John or Anton to make his theme song. Welcome, doing an evening stream. Just because it's been kind of slow this weekend, so have more time to invest into this. I don't have the link up yet because I want to try to do a little more nugget of topic and start filling in this project I'm working on. So let's take one more look at our chart, and we have our primitive instincts, which, by the way, this first factor, the physiological, is neurodivergence. So neurodivergence on this entire chart would all fall under this first factor. And then the second factor is what we talked about today with these social myths or stories that hold a society together, that whichever one you're born into is the one you become adjusted to at birth, negatively adjusted, according to Dabrowski, but adjustment nonetheless, primary integration. And I said that there was another type or genre of myth or story that's also a second factor, and I want to look at that one briefly today. So we had the myth of concern from this morning, and we'll look at the myth of freedom today and maybe figure out if we could get some better names for them. Okay, let's do that. Hey, Chuck, what's up? I'm just streaming tonight, not much going on, so I thought I'd continue a little bit with topics and then do an open panel. So good to see you. Okay, so again, this is from the Frye essay. I'll do a couple of paragraphs from it. There's a distinction between the oral or pre-literate culture in which the myth of concern normally begins. Remember, like primitive societies start out by telling each other stories that eventually get written down and eventually start to take in more and more of the concerns of the society to become kind of this central overarching myth. So, and he's calling that the myth of concern. But so he's making the distinction between the oral or pre-literate culture in which the myth normally begins and the writing culture which succeeds it. And I talked about the shift in Greece from the archaic to the classical age, and there's several dynamics that played into that shift. But one of them was the technology of written prose and the ability to transcribe things like the Homeric poems, which were delivered orally, and Greek drama, Greek poetry. You could all now capture it in prose and put it on scrolls. And so people no longer had to be at a performance to experience it. They had this new technology that they could take into their homes or their bedroom, sort of like we have today, called a device, and they could experience the work through the writing. And it seems simple to us, and we take it for granted now, but it absolutely changed the course of civilization. And so he's talking about the stories and how they were told before writing and the stories and how they were told after writing. So let's see one of those effects that writing culture had on this mythology. An oral culture depends on memory, and consequently, it also depends mainly on verse, the simplest and most memorable way of conventionalizing the rhythm of speech. In oral culture, mythology and literature are almost coterminous. The teachers of the myth are poets, are people with skills akin to the poetic, who survive in legend or history as bards, prophets, religious teachers, are culture heroes of various kinds. With the writing culture, prose develops, and the continuity of prose enables philosophy to take form as a mode of thought articulated by logic and dialectic. So, writing and the prose that it allowed to develop from there also allowed this new form of kind of examining thought called logic and dialectic begins to emerge from this new technology of written prose. Similarly, history detaches itself from epic, which was the Iliad and Odyssey and Homer, etc., and gradually becomes the study of what actually occurred, separate from the legend and the stories around it. Further, as a writing culture is usually a counting and measuring culture as well, scientific and mathematical procedures form part of the same change in mental attitude. So you can kind of see what's starting to happen here, really for the first time in history. There's a shift from, at least to this extent, there's a shift in the entire mental attitude from something that's more story-based to something that's more logic, measure, quantity, mathematical, scientific, observation-based. The mental habits brought in by a writing and measuring culture are very different than those brought in by the myth of concern. Here, the driving forces binding a society together have relaxed somewhat, and man may think of himself not only as forming part of a community, but also as confronting an objective world or order of nature. We talked about how that first shows up in the Iliad and Homer and the perspective that he kind of uses or composes the poem from. That sense of an objective world or order of nature. Truth in this context becomes truth of correspondence. It's the alignment of a structure of words or numbers with a body of external phenomena. Such ideas as knowledge for its own sake, or Aristotle's axiom that all men by nature desire to know, are luxuries depending on the existence of written documents. It is clear that this approach to truth and reality tends to individualize a culture, to make the philosopher, the scientist, the poet individually masters of a specialized craft. The normal tendency of truth of correspondence is non-mythical. It's appealing not directly to concern, but to impersonal evidence and verification. You've seen this on the stream from me over and over and over. Where's the evidence? How do you know that's true? What do you have to back it up? Where's the verification? The mental attitude that this develops, however, which include objectivity, suspension of judgment, tolerance, and respect for the individual, becomes social attitudes as well. So what initially starts as a mental attitude toward examining the phenomena of life becomes a social attitude, and it consolidates around a central relationship to society. The verbal expression of concern for these attitudes he's going to call the myth of freedom. So the myth of freedom is part of the myth of concern, or it's a type of myth of concern, but it's a part that stresses the importance of the non-mythical elements in the culture, of the truths and the realities that are studied rather than created, rather than ficted, provided by nature rather than by our desires of what we want to be or our ideals. So it thus refers to the safeguarding of certain social values not directly connected with the myth of concern, such as the tolerance of opinion which dissents from it. It constitutes the liberal element in society, or what I would call classical liberalism, as the myth of concern constitutes the conservative one, and those who hold it are unlikely to form a much larger group than an educated minority. To form the community as a whole is not the function of the myth of freedom. It has to find its place in and come to terms with the society of which it forms part. Its relation to that society is symbiotic, though sometimes regarded in times of deep conflict as simply parasitic. So this second myth that we're talking about, that we're seeing develop, Hey, Bex and Auntie and oh wow, all these people. Didn't expect that many already. Um, uh, sorry, bright like ADHD thing. Let me get my train back on the track. So it's this second myth that he's calling the myth of freedom, of observation, logic, a reasoned approach, kind of de-emphasizing the mythical, superstitious, non-observable, non-quantified elements of whatever you're examining, etc. It's not the type that's designed to hold society together. It's the type designed to understand the world as it is. So it's not socially oriented, although social attitudes do develop from it, but they're the social attitudes that are necessary to keep that mental approach going. So to continue, in the ancient world, okay, this is why Greece is so important here and why we went all the way back to the Iliad today. In the ancient world, Greek culture made the transition to writing and to the mental habits of writing with fair completeness as far as its minority of cultural leaders was concerned. I guess in this day you would call them the elite or the academic elite or whatever, but the highly intelligent people in Greek society, and remember at this time it was the males, the property owning males, the aristocrats. Enough of those people made the transition to the mental habits of writing. Um, the expulsion of poets from Plato's Republic was the sign that Greek culture was no longer to be confined by the idioms of the poets. So there was a new modality that was emerging, and it was an alternative to the myth of concern type that was centered around story and storytelling from the poets. The result is that the scientific, philosophical, mathematical, and historical presuppositions of Western culture come mainly from the Greeks. Our whole liberal tradition in education, as the etymology of the word academic shows, is essentially of Greek origin. We talked about the paideia today, which was the original Greek educational system for their leaders, their aristocrats, and how it became the foundation. Um, More or less in some form today, roughly. You could trace it back to the paideia as the origins of it. Um, Reading, writing, arithmetic, a parallel shift to writing and okay, a parallel shift to writing and prose took place in Hebrew culture around the time of the Deuteronomic reform, which transformed a mass of legends and oracles, again oral tradition, into a sacred book written mainly in prose. But the prose of the Old Testament maintains a much closer link with the oral tradition. Philosophy within the biblical canon still retains its primitive connection with the proverb and oracle. Biblical history is at no time clearly separable from legend or historical reminiscence. Whatever secular Hebrew culture developed did so outside of the biblical canon. The specific contribution of Hebrew and biblical mythology to our own culture was its concentration on a central myth of concern and the rigorous subordination of all cultural factors to it. And we talked earlier this morning about the central myth of concern in our culture today being Christianity, Judeo-Christian, passed on through the Christian church. Um, so that gives us, I want to go back to our chart. Almost finished, I promise. Here it is. Okay, so that gives us actually two myths here. And I think myth of concern and myth of freedom, I just don't think are going to work long term. And I don't think first factor and second factor are going to either. Nature, body, genetics, nurture, socialization, environment. Maybe there's a word that can tie all those connotations together. But as far as like myth of concern, I'm thinking just mythology, a social myth, a shared story, a shared myth that keeps a society together. So, for example, growing up, me, I had several myths that I was kind of integrated into. I the Catholic myth, Catholic mythology. There was kind of an American or a national mythology, Schoolhouse Rock, the stories we were taught in school, the founding fathers, Pledge of Allegiance, etc. So there was a story, an American story that held Americans together, or an American myth. There was a um, Catholic story or Christian story that held Catholics together as a group. And then I also had a Cajun story, or like a Cajun mythology or Cajun myth of concern that held Cajun people together, because we kind of have our own history separate from U.S. history, and our starts before the American Revolution and the lead up to that. So that was at least three sets of stories or myths that I was indoctrinated to, integrated into, what you will, as a child, as a kind of this primary integration negative adjustment. So those were at least three versions of what he's calling the myth of concern. And then you have this second myth, which is he's also calling it a myth. Remember, it forms part of this larger social mythology. It's just such a specific, differentiated part that we can kind of break it off and see it as its own thing, because it's so often in tension with this original social mythology that developed to keep society together. In our case, in the modern world, at least pre-scientific, it would be the Christian or the Judeo-Christian or the Abrahamic mythology or mythos. So that's going to be the scientific, logical, rational approach. We can call it the logocentric approach now, or maybe the myth of logos. And that's kind of what Paul P.F. Jung talked about on his stream today, with the logical propositionism or propositional logic versus procedural logic, and this mythical kind of narrative intuitive logic has, or potentially has, equal value, and we should not be so dogmatic about the propositional type, which is kind of from Jordan Peterson and the Maps of Meaning, where myths and stories still have meaning value, even if they don't have truth value. And that's kind of, I think, maybe that gives us the terms we're looking for. A myth of meaning and a myth of truth. Hey, Jack, good to see you. Could today's myths be... Well, that's an excellent... Wow. Just at the right time. So I would say it depends on how you look at it, because governments, banking systems, etc., are actual real institutions of society that have been created however far back in the past, and they serve some kind of practical function to keep society running. And remember, they're just structures. So the people that form them and operate them move in and out over time and change over the generations, just like the political parties do, and etc. So the individuals within them and within the society that these systems are part of are going to see them in a certain way. They're going to have a certain story about them that they were either taught when they were younger, or that they came to on their own, or whatever. So they're going to be set in some kind of larger social narrative. You don't just think of a bank. You think of like a particular type of bank in a particular country that's connected to other parts of that system. So it's very hard to get any kind of meaning out of this, just the generic image or idea of a bank. So I think it's both. I think it's tied into these larger mythical systems that we think in, that are story based, that keep society together. And I know that some people tell themselves one set of stories about the government and banking systems, and I think that that is a form of meaning, maybe, than it is truth. And that's why I think there are stories we tell ourselves about reality and how reality works. And we do that under the framework of this second type of myth, which he calls the myth of freedom, and I'm going to call logic or reason. And it's that developed for the very specific purpose of understanding and describing reality as we observe it, as it appears, etc. I think it's easy to think that you're operating from that framework and coming to logical reasoned conclusions, and actually be operating from a story-based narrative that's more designed to provide meaning than truth. And again, I think at this point in history, especially with like historical, political, social, cultural truth, I don't think any one person has the truth of anything right now. I think we're at a time in history where no one person or one group of people fully knows what's going on or what's true or what's real on a social, human, political level. On a physical level, the scientists are working down at the quantum level and making progress and whatever they're working on, etc. But I'm talking about like what's real. What story do we tell ourselves about what's going on in the world? What geopolitical story? What national story? What local regional story? What generational story? Like we have a COVID story that we all tell ourselves, like a COVID myth, and it's different for different people. We have a story about George Floyd. We have a story about January 6th, and we don't actually have a story. We have multiple stories. We have multiple social myths, these myths of meaning being generated around these events with no real way to determine which one is actually reflective of reality or truth. Which one is this second form of more logical, rational, reasonable type of myth, scientific oriented type of myth. I guess in today's world, we could call it the scientific paradigm. So when are we looking for truth and when are we looking for meaning? And when are we not mistaking truth for meaning, but mistaking our needs? Most people don't want truth, really. Like, truth is very hard to bear. There's a phrase from Paul Valery, I believe. It goes something like, "Oh, Socrates, the world cannot bear for 1 second to be only what it is." And so, like, raw, bare truth is not inspiring. It's not romantic. It's not human. It has no meaning. Like, bare mathematical, physical truth lacks meaning. And so I think there are scientists that are passionately looking for the truth of physical reality. And for them, that is their meaning. But I think for most of us, Proust has a saying about love is a striking example of how little reality means to us. I think most of us are questing after meaning, and we find that through myth, through these personal myths or stories we tell ourselves, and through these social myths that we all kind of tell ourselves as various different groups. And I suspect that for most people, as has been true for most of history, as we've seen as we look back, it was only since Homer and Iliad and Greece that this other form even started to develop historically. I think it's the human norm to find our meaning through myth and stories. And so it's not anything wrong. It's not anything abnormal. It's not anything freaky. It's not anything to pathologize. I think it's something we should all acknowledge that we do as humans, even these ultra rational, logical, Spock type scientific people, and figure out what our personal myth is and how it syncs up with the larger group story, whatever group that comes from. If it's the Christian one, fine. If it's a Islamic one, if it's a secular one, whatever, find the one that your story fits with. I think there's room, at least in today's world, for many stories. And I guess that's it. So instead of like one milieu of cultural stories, it turns out through the process of historical development, we end up with two. And they're kind of competing for, like, they've been competing for since the beginning of history. Even when they were developing in this matrix of mystery religions and irrational impulses and superstitions and belief in the gods. So rationality itself had a hard birth. And as Northrop Frye himself even said, it's this second myth is not a myth designed to bring the masses together and bring cohesion. It's really for a small group of people that are able to adopt it. Hey, Cynthia, what's up? Oh, I'm sorry. I've been sitting here yakking. I meant to put the link because this is supposed to be an open panel. I'm sorry. This is tomorrow we're going to talk about monotropism, which is that hyper focus attention when you have, like, when Chris is talking about movies or video games, that's monotropism. And this is kind of my version of it. So sometimes I need to be pulled out of it. All right, there's the link. Open panel. Come on up. Sunday night, kick back. And we can talk about. There you go. And I think that's all I have. At least for now, that's plenty. We're still looking at nature and nurture. And nature and nurture, but nature and nurture in relation to what? And that's where that third factor comes in. People call it different things or conceive it in different ways: consciousness, awareness, will, conscience, higher awareness. But there's something that's aware of all of your bodily impulses and has to kind of figure out and determine what to do with this impulse, what to do with this anger or this desire that suddenly rushed over me. I'm aware of it. I'm not that desire, but I'm aware of it. And I have to make a decision on how, like, what do I just react? Do I do something more conscious and intentional with it? So that little part of us that is interacting with it is that third factor I'm talking about. Not nature, not nurture, but something that emerges from the two but is distinct from it and has the ability to be aware of both and make decisions and start to guide and direct it. And we see that at those higher levels we looked at this morning. And same with nurture. Like, the thing about nurture, your body is what you bring into the world. It's like your starting hand of cards. You come to the table with it, and then everything else is acquired after that. But it's acquired in the form of ultimately memory. It's encoded in our physiology, in our brain, in our first factor, and it's experienced internally through the physical process of memory recall and association and triggering, etc. So even the thing that starts out externally is social conditioning, and you'll talk about programming. We read that thing about Homer. Like, in Homer, it was the gods that would come in and control and influence people's thoughts and behavior and action. And I think the gods are still with us in other forms. In the forms, the gods came from us as humans. And I think that the technology that's the modern form of whatever's influencing and controlling people also came from humans. Well, what an honor. Welcome, sir.
Hey, the privilege is mine. It's good to see you again, Jeff.
Yeah, what's up with you? Catch me up.
Life is still continuing.
Oh, go ahead.
I wanted to comment. I'm truly enjoying your conversations, the discussions. I think I tuned in right after you started.
Oh.
Love how your mind works, Jeff.
I don't know what to say. Yours works in a very interesting way too. I think we both potentially have something to offer in our own way.
I agree, man.
So, how are you? I know you were going through a situation a while back. Are you stabilized?
Yes.
Okay.
What's today? Sunday. On
Yes.
Wednesday, the paperwork was finalized and the lease was renewed another year, and
Oh,
it's been taken care of. So
so you get to stay in your place and there's no trouble behind it.
exactly.
Wow. Well, that's perfect. Did you do any like your own agency and what did you contribute to making that happen? Because I know part of your plan was to kind of just God's going to take care of me, which could be a form of agency. Like the decision to turn it over to God could be the act of agency.
Fear, excuse me, fear and the belief in things outside of me, the belief in myths, would have caused me to leave. But there was a lot of unanswered questions I had between me and the other party to the contract, and they'd been avoiding conversations with me. But I had faith that there was a resolution available, and through the grace of society, through the grace, I give it to God, but there's a group called the Northwest Housing Project. They offer attorney representation for free to low income people to deal with evictions. So a young lady trained in law represented me and spoke, was the spokesman between me and the plaintiff's attorney. So by the grace of God, through the choices and grace, compassion, trust of others, everything became resolved.
Wow. Yeah, I think I've heard of them. So like an advocate for you. They took your That's pretty based on your
Well,
like on your part to know to seek that out, because I think a lot of people might not even know that option is out there. And then for them to be so competent in handling your case, which is also not always the case.
it was actually, yes, there was many. I hadn't heard of that group before, even though I've been active in the community and trying to help with the homeless coalition and such. I hadn't paid attention, honestly, to some of the resources that were out there. But, we live in an interesting time. And I was prepared. We were scheduled to go to court last Wednesday, and had the details not worked out, well, I was prepared to go and present some observations
Oh,
on
all on your own. You were gonna go.
yes.
That's persistent.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I observed after going to city council, I went to city council one night and then to the eviction court the next morning. And sitting there at city council in my community, listening to the discussions, they were all about budgets and rules. We've lost sight of each other. And then I went to court, and there's good people from the community playing attorney, playing judge. There's other people there that are getting kicked out of their homes. This is crazy.
And I think Washington State probably handles it a little better than other states too. So this is about as good as it gets.
For now. I think things are changing. And these ideas, I mean, look at what you're doing, Jeff. Today, using the technology and the wisdom you've gained, you're having really deep conversations about philosophy and consciousness and what is real. This is an amazing time to live. It really is.
I think so too. That's why I'm not all black pilled like everybody. I don't think civilization is collapsing. I think it's a amazing opportunity if you know what to do with it.
And I
Are
think
you oh no, go ahead.
I
No,
was just
go.
going to say, I think people are realizing maybe not as much what to do yet, but realizing that there's things to do and that we might be able to do something. I see a lot of people protesting and standing against, getting together, right?
I don't think it's ever hopeless. I don't know how. I shouldn't be. I think I'm a cynic, but I'm an optimist ultimately.
You are a pretty optimistic cynic, Jeff.
And I shouldn't be. When I look at humans and human nature, I have no idea what this optimism is grounded in, but it's there.
It's that deeper spiritual trust.
Oh no, don't tell me that.
Yep.
Well, you're out in Spokane, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you hooked up with all the peer organizations out there? They have like a really robust peer community, and they do all kind of stuff like helping with the homeless and outreach and mental health. And oh well,
Um,
I can maybe get you hooked up with some people down there, and
please
I think
do.
y'all are all kind of on the same path right now.
Please do. I appreciate that. I mean,
Okay.
that's something I realized I got a lot more exposed to some of the things that were in the community, but there's a lot of other things happening all around us that we don't know about. So I appreciate any leads.
Are you on Facebook?
Yes, sir.
Okay, maybe we can exchange Facebook information because there's a Facebook group that I think is kind of the main
Please,
coordinating area right now.
please, absolutely.
Oh, hey, Jonathan. Good to see you. So, where do you go from here now that you have that off your plate? You have the panel drama still going, it looks like.
Mhm. I
Which,
hope
I mean, I'm thinking you could, if you work that right, you could turn that to your advantage because you're a troll magnet. And if you can keep, as somebody with much experience summoning demons, if you could keep those trolls coming, but then somehow subvert them to your purpose, I think there's great potential there.
I believe actually that may be happening. Um, I know there's a greater purpose behind everything. And I find peace by realizing I don't know necessarily why everything's happening, but there's been a number of a number of trolls brought my way. And well, they've helped me grow, helped me refine, helped me identify some triggers and opportunities I had to grow. And what I was going to offer is I hope today I may have turned a corner because I'm trying to change the chaos.
Well, it's all in the decisions and choices you make. So that's really up to you ultimately, whether you turn the corner or not.
That's what I had to humble myself to accept is that, yes,
And it's fine to fuck up. Like maybe you turned it a little bit and you bump into a wall, you go back around it and have to try it again another way. But it's all, you're finding your way.
I think we all are. And I think from my own experience, I know I overcomplicated my own life. And I know through my choices, I complicated the lives of those who cared about me too. So I think that's what we're here to do, my friend. We're here to learn more about who we are and our relationship to the greater world. And it takes
Was
trial
that
and
when
error.
you were drinking and stuff? The
Yeah.
oh yeah. Yeah, that will happen.
I didn't realize how bad I was until I escaped, right? The hell I'd created. But I was in such denial
Mhm.
and such confusion. And I didn't know what questions to ask. That was
Yeah.
something that I thought of. I can't remember exactly what you said, but I think it had to do finding the meaning or finding the myth. We find the answers based on the questions we ask.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in life, it's learning what questions need to be answered before we figure out how to overcome our confusion.
How do you do that? That's excellent insight. How do you know what questions to ask when you don't even know that those questions are even out there to be asked? I guess maybe that's the point of dialogue and sharing information and community and network and
Communication, whether it's with ourselves, because even when we speak just with ourselves, there's a greater awareness and a
yeah,
greater consciousness with it.
yeah,
And so even hearing our own words, we can gain a different perspective of what's within us.
yes.
And so
That's
it's
yeah.
communication with ourselves and with each other. We need each other a lot.
I think we do. The problem is we can't always trust or rely on each other because human nature, instability and all that. But it's like what Schopenhauer and the hedgehogs. We're like a bunch of hedgehogs and our quills are poking into each other, but we have to constantly keep adjusting because we all have to be packed in together.
Isn't that funny?
But ultimately, we're social creatures, and our strength is from our ability to cooperate and communicate. Like, look at all of the amazing, look at civilization today. That was all done from humans communicating with other humans, like passing information from one human to another and having it be
Communicating.
received in a way that could actually make things happen. That's just amazing that a species can do that.
It really is. Communication and cooperation. It has literally built the world that we have. So if we can improve our communication and our cooperation, imagine what we might be able to achieve.
Do you think if we improve one, we automatically improve the like? If we get better at communicate, because cooperation to me requires some sense of either a shared goal or shared value that you prioritize over other things. Like as a group, you all agree to make this goal or value the central priority to cooperate around. And I wonder if getting like communication around values and goals, getting people getting better at that, we could start discovering what those actual values and goals are. And when they're in conflict, how to resolve and figure out which ones to go with. Um so yeah, I'm just brainstorming out loud, but thinking if one like what the relationship of one to the other is, and if you can improve one, will that improve the other?
I believe so. And consider this too. If we bring it from outside of the world and just bring it in with ourselves, as we communicate more with ourselves, realizing and understanding our feelings and our inner impulses, we understand ourselves, we cooperate with ourselves better. It's a whole part of growing up.
And what lies are we telling ourselves? Because like society require maybe like these myth of mythology and concern, whatever holds society. Maybe that's the noble lie. Maybe every society has some kind of little noble white lie that it's built on to keep the society going. And maybe we do that to ourselves too. There's just some little white lie about ourselves that we're building our whole story around. So what lies are we telling ourselves if we're going to communicate honestly with ourselves?
Mm. I'd say the biggest one I experienced and I see others is the belief that we're not enough.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it's the belief that we can do it all alone, like we are enough and we can
Mm.
handle it all on our own. But that's interesting that because it could probably be both in any given person.
I think we flip those. What I've found from my version of the ego, the identity we hold,
Mm-hmm.
it goes back and forth between the victim and perpetrator,
Oh my God, Jack.
right?
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
Fuck. I've struggled to describe that to people before and just shut up about it. I know it's like both states at once, and you're kind of aware of them both at once, but at any given time, you can only like be in one or the other, and it is constantly flipping back in relation to whatever is in your environment at any time or in your imagination or whatever. You are so right. Like part of it's that imposter syndrome, never good enough. And part of that is I'm the shit and nobody knows better than me. And nobody's gonna tell me what to do.
It's that inner conflict. And
Yeah.
until we find where the balance is, where am I not enough? And where am I good enough? When we actually find the real answers, we don't have to play the victim and perpetrator. We just be authentic about our strengths and our weaknesses.
Like just finding those peaks and valleys and where your limits are.
The balance. That's the
Yeah.
idea.
That's a very Greek thing too, that path of moderation, that middle way, because they were always on guard against excess and hubris. That was a danger. If you got too your head got too big, you were in danger. And you'd even catch the attention of the gods. They might strike you.
Ooh.
So staying in that middle path. But you didn't want to be like a slave or anybody's bitch or like too humble
Mm-mm.
or beta either. So it was like keeping that middle respectable path.
It can be a challenge to find that balance, especially if we don't know what's going on.
I wonder, like early child, like socialization in childhood. I'm thinking that through socialization and having like functioning parents or role model, like kids learn to navigate that balance for themselves if they have people how to show them how in the right models. And for people like us that maybe didn't get that, we're still in that stage of having to find the balance that people that did get that figured out as teenagers.
That's exactly it. And
Or
we
maybe
only go
no, go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say we only know what we've learned, and we do learn most from example. But I know the parents I had, God bless them, they did their best,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't know what they were doing. And then I raised my son not knowing what the hell I was doing. So
In the moment, did you think you were like? Did you think you're doing the best, or were you like, I know I'm a shitty parent, I'm half-assing it, or at the moment you thought you were doing everything you could?
it was a conflict. I wasn't honest with myself. Sometimes I admitted I wasn't enough, and I get judged myself with guilt, and I carried the shame for not being enough. And then there was other times where I was enough, you know, and I didn't find the honesty with myself. But
Was there alcohol involved back then? Was that part of it too? Oh, yeah.
until my son was about 14, I think, I was drinking.
Oh wow. So, and was it like an intact home? He had a mom, dad, everything, but
No, he and his mother and I divorced before he was 3.
okay.
So from 3 on, he was going back and forth between 2 households. He didn't have the best stability or example. And his mother, bless her heart, when we were married, we were confused and we were trying to heal each other, but we were both broken.
Oh yeah.
And I know she still carries, well, by her avoidance, she's carrying still resentments towards me. And
How
those
long has
guys,
it been? Oh, you said a long time when he was 3.
yeah, we've been divorced since
And y'all still talk?
No.
Oh, okay.
When the marriage ended, I took it real bad. And I was angry at her and me. So kind of pushed each other away when we could have been co-parenting a lot better. But after I got sober, I went through the process making amends, and I really did try to reestablish a relationship with her and her husband, and tried to, for the last few years of, Dominic's high school, I wanted to really do a better job co-parenting with them. But it wasn't the path for me, I guess.
How old is he now?
21.
Oh, okay. Oh. Well, you feel like you gave it an honest effort? Like,
My conscience is clear. I've forgiven all, and I've offered forth the most amends and the most anything I could to try and resolve. But I have peace. I do have peace that something greater is happening here.
I didn't talk to my mom for over 10 years. I thought I was never going to talk to her again. And I was so at peace. I was fine with it. I never planned to talk to her again. And then just before COVID, we started talking again because my uncle was dying.
Mhm.
And I was able to let go of all that hurt and anger. And I'm so glad that we patched that up. But it took 10 years, and it took something in her too. So it wasn't just me. But I had changed, I had matured. So don't give up hope. I mean, it may take a while, but you don't know how he's going to develop or what he's going to go through as he grows. So just keep that door open.
That's what I realized.
But don't torment yourself with false hope.
No, absolutely. I had to let go of that a long time ago and just learn to accept and trust that, we all learn, we all grow in different ways. And karma's a bitch, I guess, right? I'm sure I know. Had I done a better job as a father, there wouldn't be the separation that we now have. So I understand that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too. It's the consequences of your actions and choices, but that's you didn't have that growing up either. It's it's passed down from fathers. Like we see this in men's work all the time for the broken father to son, and it's not our fault we didn't get that, but we do the best we can.
Jeff, it's amazing how many broken men there are because they didn't have a solid example. They didn't have the solid support system growing up. And what was the idea? Oh, a child raised with neglect, without the honoring and protection and compassion, it grows up to be a man in anger, you know? And there's a lot of angry men alive today because of the world of competition and myths, right? And I think we have the opportunity, Jeff, especially men like us who have been learning and working on healing and growing. We have the opportunity to help the other men grow and learn, and then lead the women and children to an opportunity for themselves to thrive too.
That's certainly what I've been trying to do. It's we have a long road, a lot of work cut out for us. What do you like? Do you deal with the whole you failed as a man or failed as a father thing, or does the alcohol kind of mitigate that? And well, it was alcohol, so
No excuse. I made every choice in my life, including the choice to go to the store each day, the choice to open each bottle. I made every choice. And I heard an interesting discussion earlier regarding psychology. The more responsibility we accept, the more freedom we actually create for ourselves. Does that make sense?
Because I think about the relation the other way. Like with freedom comes responsibility.
Yes.
But you don't think about with responsibility there comes a certain freedom as well.
Absolutely. And every freedom is a responsibility. Every responsibility is a duty. Every duty is an opportunity.
Yes.
The world wants us to see duties as obligations and burdens. But a duty is an opportunity.
Well, and I think if it's an authentic duty that aligns with something in who you really are, then you're going to be called to it. It's not going to feel like an obligation put on you from without. It's going to feel like something that you do still as a duty, but because it's a natural extension of you feeding into the larger group, society, whatever.
I love that. Maybe I was reflecting on you initially, but maybe it's all of us. We have a duty to be healers. That's what I see you doing, is bringing healings through the wisdom.
What I'm actually trying to do is help people to find it in themselves and start doing it for themselves. So if I can like help that start from within, then that's my contribution to the healing process. But I'd really love to see it come mostly from them. Plus, that's empowering. Like when you're like taking control of your own healing. But yes, I am trying to bring light to the world, I guess. Sitting here with my antlers and my Baphomet statue. But I am well intentioned.
I see it. I really do. And what you said, that what I heard and see is your role is, and my role, we're here to be the catalysts for each other, to help each other ignite and realize their own authentic nature. And I think we're doing that because I don't know your path, but you mentioned groups for healing, working with broken men. So
that's so weird to hear, but wouldn't it be strange if it turned out to be accurate? Like who knew? But oh, hang on, I had some else. Oh yeah, like in men's work and stuff, we talk about like stepping into your role, stepping into your role as father, like fully owning or stepping onto the hero's path, like fully owning your hero's journey, etc. So like if you figure out your role and you think that is your role, then fully step into it, because that's when the power starts to happen. And so maybe you're right. I mean, I'm willing to I am open for collaboration, so I love to collaborate. If you want to talk and explore and see what the potential is there, I'd definitely be up for that.
Let's do that. I'm truly loving these conversations, and you, Jeff, you're fun.
don't push it, Jack. What's the best way to contact you?
Here, I'll drop it in private chat.
Okay.
So it's easy.
We should definitely stay in touch.
Yes, and the Facebook thing too. I'm interested in that.
Yeah. Yes, remind me about that. Are you the same guy on Facebook? I can just look you up. Okay, I think I found self-employed at God. I love that. I think I'm self-employed at Satan. All right. Here we go.
Thank you. Oops, there we are.
Yeah. Okay. I'll send you that at some point.
Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
All right. I got it. And then I'll put mine.
Here, we'll connect the rest later.
There you go. We could start there.
Thank you.
Well, what are you streaming tonight? Or you've already streamed for today?
Yeah, I already did.
How'd that go?
Today, I felt it went. I feel like I turned a corner. Yesterday, I wasn't real proud of myself and the way I reacted or responded to the energy. But
What happened? Who was on yesterday? Paul?
it was
Either Paul or Tommy or Chuck. Sometimes Moose.
it was Paul and Moose and Speakeasy and
Speakeasy?
Yep.
From Verbal Combat? Oh
Yeah.
my God! How did he? He seems so nice and like level. Was it them all at once, like ambushing you?
It was just one after another. Oh yeah, it started with snafu right from the beginning. And then it just continued from there. But yeah, Speakeasy wanted to say that he wanted to offer some criticism on my sanity and my niceness. So I guess I showed him I'm not as nice.
Well, I hear the opposite, that you have this reputation for being gruff and like irascible and mean all the time. This is the first I'm actually hearing about the Talcott niceness. What was his sanity critique?
Well,
and what's his expertise anyway?
He was using Paul's presence as evidence of my insanity and my weakness.
That you keep bringing him back on. Yeah, I've commented on that too. I wouldn't say insanity. I wouldn't go so far as say insanity, but it is a curious pattern to get into for something that you don't enjoy.
Yeah.
Who is TrippyKast? Yeah, I need to see you on camera, and I need to know who you are because we have been getting trolls lately. So if anybody knows TrippyKast and can vouch for them, and if you want to show me yourself on camera, so I'll know that you're not an imposter. All right. Anyway, okay. I see you're a human. I want to trust you. Do I know you from other panels and stuff? Maybe, or like. All right, I'll tell you what. We'll do this solo layout thing for a second, and I'll bring you up, and we'll give you a try.
All right, no, I'm going to turn my camera off though.
All right,
if you don't mind.
Okay, no, you can totally trust me. I'm just trying to figure out.
Yeah.
We can trust you. All right, go ahead. Welcome.
That's cool.
TrippyKast.
I don't know. I heard from chat that you guys were talking about Speakeasy, and I was like, wait a minute, I actually know that guy.
Well, I'm here for the first time too, so we're both getting to hear the story.
I might have been on panels and just forgot.
Opinions on Jack's sanity.
Hold on, I know one way that you guys might recognize me, but it's my avatar. Like if we were on a panel together on Easies, I'd look like this.
Oh no, it's cool.
I've seen you before. That's cool.
Yeah, just a little clown guy, just happy. I'm real happy.
That's great. Is that AI? How do you get those?
How do I what now?
Is that AI? How do you get one of those?
Oh no, I drew this all out in Photoshop. This is all my my design, my character.
That's pretty cool.
Animated myself. Yes,
that's
sir.
Pretty slick the way it works with the audio and
poke in a belly.
Do you have a channel?
Poke. Yeah, I got a channel called TrippyKast. And I do interviews and game shows, and some nights I completely forget to plan anything.
Wait, you do game shows? Myself. We're trying to put one together. What kind of game shows do you do?
Well, I don't really know if it's a kind. I've got like 3 segments on mine, and I do like a kind of a Price is Right type segment, and then I've got one called Totally Real Quotes, where I make up quotes and then everybody has to guess who I've attributed them to. Yeah. Like last week, one of my quotes was, "Hey, I really love signing autographs. I hope this guy doesn't." Bleh. And you were supposed to guess
like
whether that was
a person or somebody from the panelverse.
The answers were John Lennon, Porky Pig or Batman?
Porky Pig.
It's a dark joke. It's really terrible.
Was it Batman?
But just Friday, I interviewed JJ Stoner. I don't know if you guys know him, but and look at that
No.
FlowState. What's up?
I know Stoned and Alone, but not. Yeah, I know. Okay, if you know FlowState, then I pretty much know you.
Stoned and Alone. Oh yeah, I remember that guy. I wish he would like. He needs to between sentences.
Who?
Stoned and
Speakeasy?
Alone.
Or,
Stoned. Because
I just started because they're working on some kind of game too. So Uncle Fatty's trying to hook us up with all the people that are trying to do games. We were trying to do some kind of like panel survivor type game.
I think Gangstar's working on a game show because I was on the first one, I believe. I don't even know Gangstar.
Up to. So do you know
plays over at that
Talcott,
Torture
or you
Woman's
just
channel?
know Speakeasy?
What now? Sorry.
Do you know Jack too, or do you just know Speakeasy?
I don't think I know it, Jack. I might. Oh,
Jack
no,
Talcott.
he's up there. Oh my God, sorry.
Yeah, this guy right
I thought you were talking about somebody who was like recently
No,
on one
this
of
is the
Easy's
one that
panels.
Speakeasy like came on to talk about it, and that's why he.
You guys fought or something?
No, when you heard the name Speakeasy earlier, I was relaying my experience yesterday on my own stream. He popped in to visit me yesterday, and we didn't communicate well. I could have done a lot better, and I didn't make a connection of what he was experiencing, but we had some disagreements.
And he had some strong criticism for you too about how you run your panel, which I do too. But it's your panel as well, and it's your mental health.
Well, yesterday he joined my panel with his criticisms of how I run my panel, and then I understand today earlier he had a stream where part of his stream title was Jack Talcott is a joke. So
so you think he was kind of farming you for content as well?
That's not fair.
So. Well, this is the life we live. And
well, he gets a lot. He has a lot of. So you're going to get a lot of viewers. So, in a way,
there you go. Hopefully, some subs. You want to go over there and speak to Easy and be like, "Looky here, little
he hasn't
guy."
Done
okay?
that to me yet. I wish he would. Speak easy if you want to do me that same solid that you're doing Jack right now.
Like, I'd be like, "Look here, you little Canadian dude."
You don't have beef. I respect Easy. I've been following him for a while.
I don't hate the guy or nothing. I mess with him a lot, but he knows.
Like, sorry. Yeah, it looks like.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, I don't hate Easy or anybody else,
No, you seem like
just
a
mess
pretty
with everybody.
Chill, scary clown. You can send him over. Oh, is that like offering to do me a favor, or is that a threat?
What do you guys want me to go get Easy? I don't know if he's streaming right now.
No, I mean, me and Easy can agree on issues. Like, we don't always have the same opinion on issues, but he's always been respectable toward me, and I've been the same to him. I hope.
I bet you have.
We had a huge disagreement once, and we all still,
Yeah, I think that's a sign.
We had a. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, me and Easy and this other dude, we all had this big disagreement on one panel one night, and like everybody thought that we were all at each other's throats from that point on. But it's like, no, like we can disagree and still be cool with each other. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I think it's healthy.
Yeah, I mean, if all you're looking for in somebody that you want to call a friend is somebody who agrees with you all the time, that's not really a friend. Same thing with like a girlfriend, a wife, a husband, whatever. You guys shouldn't agree on every single topic there is, period, or else one of you's a yes man.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Yeah, like if you got a wife and she disagrees with how you should wipe, well then just agree to disagree. Be like, I want to do it this way.
She's on
or she disagrees with like how many times you back the car up or something. Like, no, I needed to have a 5-point turn because there was 3 things on the ground. I didn't want to run anything over.
Flo is in here
she's doing 27-point turns.
As usual. Do you and Jack still have your little love thing going? Lovers quarrel thing?
I kind of blamed Flo yesterday.
He was probably guilty without even
well,
knowing the story.
there were well, I jumped to conclusions, and I don't really blame. I mean, I don't want to blame. Flo and I still have disagreements over economics, though, for sure.
Oh, Flo is yeah. Well, any sane person would. Flo is. Me and Flo have. That's been some of our strongest disagreements with me as well. Is his wacky economic conspiracy theory stuff.
Mhm.
Hey, Cynthia. And y'all can come to the panel if you want.
Oh, FlowState?
Yeah.
I didn't call him anything mean, did I? Like, oh shit.
Come or bring Hank.
I was on with Glenn Terrence and Alex from Playing with Fire the other night. And the Glenn Terrence guy.
Yeah, Alex.
Yeah. I was like, you look like you would refer to yourself as 10 pounds of hard penis. And he was like, he just kind of disappeared, and everybody else on panel laughed and was like, was that a direct quote? I'm like, no, I've never seen his content.
Poor Alex.
Shit.
So Jack, it wasn't just easy then, right? It was the troll brigade.
It was a whole number. It was a whole bunch of chaos all at once. And
okay, I'm curious, when like you're sitting there on the stream, you're talking, you have the link posted, your panel, and you hear a little pop, somebody's in the back, and it's a zebra logo. So when you see that, what goes through your head? Like, oh, okay, I'm going to let this person on, and we're going to have a lovely chat about mental health and life, community. So what? He ends up on your panel all the time, and then the same. It's like the Coyote and the Roadrunner, and then he ends up on your panel at the same time, and then the same thing happens, and then you kick him off. And like 5 seconds later, he's back on. And it's like a cycle. And he's just one example.
And that was one of the mistakes I made yesterday. And I think part of the problem with between Speakeasy and I as well was that he was being subjected to snafu. And maybe he got a little frustrated, and I got frustrated, and I was rude to pretty much everybody on the stream.
Oh my God.
What is wacky about not wanting to be robbed?
Sometimes you just want to be robbed. Sometimes you want to dress up like a burglar.
Sometimes I just feel like keeping the money I earned.
Yeah,
what are
you want your wife
about
to sit in the front room, and you want to break a window and pretend you're a burglar, and then she calls the cops on you.
She shouldn't do
that.
It's
all part of the foreplay. Yeah. For 3 or 4 days when you're getting locked up.
The way I got to know TrippyKast is he left a comment on one of Easy's videos that I was on.
That's
and he
right.
said, this FlowState guy sounds like me. He must slay the vag. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to subscribe to him because that comment.
Let me hear.
yeah.
My ear for pitch is not that great, but let me hear. I'm hearing about at least an octave in there between the two.
I've gotten a new mic since I said that, so I might be hearing something else now.
I think he probably was referring to our insight.
Yeah, maybe.
Our trauma-based sense of humor.
There you go.
Oh, that kind of sounds like not vocally.
See, now I got this new thing I can do. FlowState, I'm the thoughts in your head.
What the fuck?
Definitely listen to me. The peanut butter.
Bro, that was freaky. How'd you do that?
For?
I don't know. He has all kind of tools. I'm so envious.
I'm a clown god. The peanut butter's not for what you've been using it for. Is that what I heard? Mm-hmm. You've been using it to wipe down the car again. Where are all these
so Flo, what's up with you? What's new? Do you have anything for Jack? Do you have like while we're piling on?
Are we? I feel like I'm coming in. Like I didn't see anything before. Who's Trippy? So I don't know where we're at. I was just gonna
you could probably guess. Probably just any point in the cycle you can pick it up from. It'll all make the same loop.
I don't have a bone to pick with Jack right now. I have criticisms of Jack and questions about Jack, but for whatever reason, even when my opinion of Jack is at its lowest, I still kind of like him.
He's very likable. I've always found Jack very likable. He has that going. You have the Riz. You really do. Like some form of it.
I appreciate
Unlike Paul, who
Oh
is
no. He's like anti-Riz.
Are you sure? I think deep down you've got an affection for him too.
I actually don't mind him.
Mm-hmm.
But he doesn't have the same sort of. He's not as likable. I mean, that part is for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate
No,
that.
I've never seen the appeal.
I do think that you should stop gaslighting my man Chuck, but that's.
Yeah, that's another. We'll have to tackle that one day too. The you and Chuck thing. I like Chuck a lot,
I do too.
and I think he's well intentioned, but I know y'all have a history.
I don't.
Who's
disagree.
well intentioned?
Chuck is well intentioned.
Oh yeah. Chuck's
Yeah.
well intentioned.
He's got.
I mean,
a
Chuck
good-
has nothing to gain by stating his opinions.
Still trying
Right.
to. Sorry. This thing's stuck in my hand.
I'm loving this clown.
There we go. I brought it back.
What a great addition!
I don't know why. I could just hand it to FlowState. He can have that. I
Oh,
just
shit.
stuck that shit right there. He didn't
That
even see
reverse
it.
camera thing is fucking me up.
Yeah. I understand.
I can't catch your imagination land toys.
Well, I was on Sarah the Raging Tomatoes the other night, and one of her guests managed to, but she turned it into a vape pen. I handed her like a dog balloon, and then one of the dudes on panel.
I smoke
was like,
actual cigarettes like adults, like an adult.
That's what I said. I was like, I smoke cigarettes like a man. I'm gonna grab one right now.
See,
And
this is
then,
probably how we sound the same.
You two
Yeah,
are
probably.
twins.
Like a man.
Trippy, you
Vaping
do have some broadcasting talents, though. Holy cows, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you. I draw all my talent. That's what I do. I just draw it. I'd be like, I want an Irish hat.
Just a
people
FYI,
told me
I
that I
am
stole it.
streaming. I was scheduled to go live in a few minutes, and so I just kind of merged everything, so I'm mirroring the screen.
Oh, are you streaming to your channel, or you're just?
Yeah. I'm screen sharing, so my audience can see you. And
Hey,
several
Flo's
people have said,
audience.
"What's up to the panel?" This is
Oh,
Gen
Tommy
X Jeff
Timber, that's not
right
our
above
Tommy.
me. It's his
Yeah,
panel.
come like and subscribe to.
Here, I'll drop a link.
TrippyKast. You probably already subscribed to Jack, maybe to me. If not, that would help out a lot too. And welcome.
Oh crap! I don't even have my link at hand.
We're just chilling with Talcott and TrippyKast.
Hell, I managed to even be
And
on the wrong account right
Flo.
now.
Who's Tommy Timber? Oh, speaking of,
Speaking of dodging
Welcome,
tornadoes, lovely night.
how's your night
What up,
going?
Chuck?
I got my link ready.
I was just defending
What
you
up?
since you can't defend yourself.
I wasn't here. I was watching some tornadoes. What do we got?
Man,
Oh,
we got
tornadoes.
clobbered last night.
Yeah, I seen that on the radar.
Yeah, it was just like half an hour. It's like I was
So
doing
what-
my stream, I was scumbagging Jack, and God was like, "Shut up!" And hour.
So, what virtue was you defending of me, Flo?
I just said, Jack.
Did he freeze up? Or is that me?
Yep, he froze.
Okay.
What'd you say, Flo? Hello,
What happened?
Flo. What'd you say?
I just
You
said Jack
froze
needs to
up.
quit gaslighting you.
Oh yeah, that he's good at.
Jack, quit gaslighting Chuck.
He's afraid of the truth.
What? God, do y'all really want to do this?
I
now?
really didn't
What
even
is
hear
the
that much
truth?
about what he was gaslighting you about, so I don't know that. I don't know that you have the truth. I wasn't saying that.
Well, I don't have the truth. I know that.
So what?
My
the
my
mayor-
version of it goes way back to some conversation.
I
you had
I
at
don't
the
pretend
beginning.
to know what God's plan is. That's for damn sure.
Well, have you asked Jack?
Have you?
Yeah, I did on his show, and I got kicked off.
Well, did you get?
Wait,
the
have you asked
answer?
Aaron?
Did you get the answers you were looking for, Chuck, or Jack? Did you?
I
get
don't
the
know. I
answer?
got kicked off, and Aaron, he's out there in outer space somewhere.
Did
He's
you-
making love to the universe.
I thought I had the most clever comment earlier on Jack's stream, and I don't know if it got acknowledged or not, but it was Jack and Hank and Aaron. And I said, what did I say? It's the holy trinity of spiritual confusion.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
I was
ignored that.
about to like critique you for your ego and your big head, but that actually was a cool comment. I hope it did get featured.
I'm glad that the guy with
Damn it,
antlers
you
with Baphomet
thwarted
agrees with me.
What
mean,
position?
hell,
Okay, he hasn't stated it. All we've been doing is talking about his life, but he hasn't stated a position. Like he's not in a philosophical argument here. He's just sharing his story. Chuck, what is it that you wanted to know from Jack that you said you didn't get answered?
Damn, I have to go back. Oh, when I told him I was trying to help him, but he wouldn't give me the whole story. Not everything, just one specific item I wanted to help him with, and he got mad at me.
You talking about way back? Is this the conversation from way back?
This is just the other day.
Did he ask for help?
Kinda.
The longer I spend on YouTube, the more unsolicited help, imposed help, is becoming sort of a pet peeve.
But this is what. Go ahead, Chuck.
Well, you know what you should do with your channel is
He's right.
I forgot.
I'm just trying to make you better.
Better.
Go ahead.
You're gonna put the.
Yeah, just trying to make it better. Just just open your mouth and let me put a finger in there, and it'll make your channel get popular.
Chuck,
he was pointing at you, Jack.
Chuck, do you remember like last week or something we were talking, and I said like, why do you feel this need to save Jack or rescue Jack? And you said it was like it's just a former alcoholic thing.
Yeah, one drunk to another, because I know how drunks think.
That's the problem. You know how drunks think. I know how spirit thinks.
Yeah. But the goal
Did you
is
have
not
a
to
plan
become.
for where you're going to land that before you started saying it?
No.
Was good.
I don't pretend to think I know what anybody thinks.
So what is the question of Jack that you were trying to help him with something specific?
Well, I as I was relating to him, I tore up my entire life by drinking, and I knew what I had to do to either repair or walk away from what I had done in the past. I repaired
Avenge
what
your
I
father's
could.
death? Oh.
No, I walked him to his grave, thank you. But
Good trip.
You totally blew my concentration.
Yeah, Flo,
what did you have to do to quit drinking?
To amend him while he's telling the
story.
story.
I was making, and the people I could atone my grievances with, I did. There was ones that were not achievable, so I had to walk away and surrender that to God. It was in God's time, whether it gets repaired or not.
Well, and you saw in Jack when he was telling that story about his.
That doesn't apply to Jack, though.
No, because Jack was telling today about how he went and made amends or tried to make amends to all his people too. So Chuck was probably seeing something in that story based on his experience. Is that what
just
it was?
Just the way he talks, he leaves his accountability out of the story. It's all their fault.
Well, it is their fault.
I honestly, Chuck, if I didn't hear that today, like if you go back and watch, I could have missed it, but I personally did not hear that from Jack today. He seemed very honest about what he had done to people and his attempts to make amends for it.
That must have been after he kicked me or something.
No, I mean today on my stream today, just now, like I don't know, half an hour.
Oh,
back.
I didn't hear it. Like I said, I was watching the damn tornadoes to make sure I wasn't going to get hit.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you should take a look at it because he didn't seem to shirk responsibility for anything in his past at all.
Oh. I'll have to take a look at that. I could be mistaken.
And if I've missed something, like, let me know too, because I
I mean,
only saw it once live as it happened.
there's a reason his son wants nothing to do with him, and that's what I was trying to uncover.
Well,
there's
yeah,
more-
but that reason may not have anything to do with Jack himself. It may be all the son, but I'm sure the son, and Jack even talked about that today. Like, yes, there are reasons his son has to not talk to him based on his experience with Jack as a father and growing up. But Jack openly shared all of that today.
Oh,
And
I didn't
he's
know
at peace
that.
with that. So I don't think he's like in denial. Jack's fully prepared to have himself be the reason his son doesn't want to talk to him.
Thank you, Jeff.
And I know one.
Do you,
I know-
Toxic Angel's wanting to come on, but I'm not sure who that is. Oh, Toxic, your device is not connected. It didn't.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah, he was on my panel.
Is he legit?
Is
As in, not going to get porn bomb and
it
not
Toxic
King Steve and
Angel?
trying to pretend to be somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
It,
as
it
long as
won't
it's
let
really
me
the
add
Toxic
you
Angel,
on.
yeah,
It says
he's legit.
device not connected, and it won't give me the button to add to stage.
Oh yeah, he
Oh,
had
it's
this issue on my
anyway.
panel. Toxic Angel's good.
All right. Well, if you can get connected, you can come on. So
Yeah, I'm
are
gonna go
you
ahead and tip y'all.
satisfied with the question that you had wanted answered?
I'll go back and watch it.
The question was related to why his son didn't want to have anything to do with him, which is not really one Jack could answer. He hasn't talked to his son.
Well, there was something that led up to it. Whether it's right or
Sure, a
wrong.
whole lifetime, a whole childhood of something, including alcohol.
But it's not really our place to
I mean,
speculate, I don't think, right? And I don't think Jack knows. If he does, he hasn't shared it. So it just seems like a weird thing for Chuck and Jack to try to discover.
How you doing,
I know-
FlowState? Well,
Good. How you doing?
Hey,
Toxic spy.
did you happen to read my comment on your
I have not. I can.
well, yeah, go ahead and read that if you can. It was on video. I think it was on your more recent video. It explains kind of where I'm coming from.
You left a comment on a recent video.
Yeah.
Can you summarize it for
Are you
us?
talking about?
The summarization is that someone was
Are you talking about the egg dropper comment?
there was some people flicking you some stuff and
I feel like
egg dropper comment.
I'm not following you. You can be
Josh. Jack's a grown man. He can decide what he wants to make public or not. Like, that's your opinion that it should be public, but he obviously thinks otherwise. He's very open about it. So I didn't.
Okay, well, basically, there were some accusations about FlowState.
Imagine that.
And I know, imagine that. And
Well, we know he's gay,
first thought,
but other than that,
I read some of your stuff, and
Red.
Well,
read some of your comment on there, and about
Okay,
Josh,
I found it. I found it.
okay,
you are
This-
one.
yeah, I have not read this.
okay.
Like if somebody went back and watched all the stuff you shared about your family in public, and then you want to come on here and point at Jack about, did his son want that shared? Did he share private conversations or something?
People are interesting. And
Who
it
are you
seemed-
talking to, Joe?
Joshua Jones.
Just somebody were saying some really shitty things about you, and
About Flo. I've said shitty things about Flo when he's earned it.
Well, Flo's a degenerate.
He does
We know
flow.
that.
It goes up
This
and down.
comment
You never
doesn't
know
say anything
where
about
he's
me.
gonna be.
This is about you.
is that maybe you want to read it?
No.
It'll refresh my memory.
Oh, I
Do you
mean,
know
it's
how to read?
sorry,
You
Flo.
wanna
I got
get
busy and
started.
didn't let you know I'm making a video. So the timestamp looking for the part of one of your videos where you said you realized Easy weaponizes his kids, and when he hijacked your channel to modify what I actually did to that, I am a PDF file who saves pictures of little girls, etc. Once the video goes up, I'll tell you.
All right.
So basically, the gist of it is that he accused you of being a PDF, and so you're making a response to that. Because
Oh yeah, and yes.
Well, I don't care about PDF stuff. We don't even talk about that on here. So if that's what this
Yes,
is
and
about, then it's not.
because you responded.
well, you left a timestamp on one of my videos, and
Yeah,
I left a
a
question mark.
timestamp on there, and you left a question mark, so I explained it and explained.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Right on.
and my point was of the timestamp was that I was collecting information so that because I'm gonna make a video going I'm making a video going through the history of how that happened, and where Easy, yes, he had a good point. I shouldn't have made the video using his. I shouldn't have made the video
You put
using
Dave
his
below me.
kids from the music video. It was bad
You want Dave
form.
under you? I'll put Chuck. in.
Don't do it. Don't put me under there.
It was after
He looks better there. I'm just keeping him there.
he called me a pedophile a number of times, and then a couple of his other people called me a pedophile, saying that that I was making
toxic.
content.
You're gonna have to go deal with that on somebody
and
else's
that's
channel.
not what was happening.
Hi,
Yeah.
I'm Dave.
Hi, Dave. Welcome.
Hi, Dave.
How's it going? The thing about Toxic though, like that, I don't think that was his intention. I don't think his intention was for anything like pervy. It was really just to piss Easy off because Easy has a
Right,
big thing
and
about people
that's
talking
the
about
only
kids.
impression. I don't actually. Easy never said anything PDF-ish to me that night.
No.
And I don't know. Good luck.
This is that low tier drama that somehow creeped on to the panel. That I was
It's
trying to
almost
keep on.
like-
we're having a perfectly nice
All right.
conversation with Mr. Jack Talcott.
All
And
right,
all of a sudden, all the
give us that medium grade dysfunction.
Hi, I haven't met Jack yet. I figured I'd pop on and say hi.
Oh, you haven't
How's it
met
going,
Jack? Well,
Jeff?
this-
No, I've been on a lot of panels that were with people who have been on Jack Talcott streams, and I've run into the entire verse aside from him and Tommy. I even ran into Paul Enslaved once. So
Oh, lucky you.
Yeah, you got to meet
I'm
your
still
Tommy.
waiting for Tommy. It's gonna happen eventually.
Illuma Tommy. If you're watching on either of the streams, come on over.
No,
I think he
don't
lied.
bust out
Dave
again.
has been around. Dave's been all over.
Yeah, I just recently. Yeah, no problem, bud. I got you. I'm respectful one way or another, and we've had our differences in certain beefs and stuff, but we've always been respectful to each other, and I
Dave's
appreciate
cool.
that.
I've always known Dave to be very decent.
Yeah, I try.
Sometimes he's infuriating.
I mean,
Well,
Well,
I am
I'm
kind
sure
of
it's
a
a lack-
dick at times,
The lack of hair has a lot to do with it.
probably, and the fact that I really love the taste of boots.
Oh,
does.
do you?
Yeah,
oh, wait, yeah.
I'll share mine with you if you want,
Yeah,
Dave.
you guys will get along great.
Depends on the boot. Yeah, a nice boot can be. But
absolutely.
depends on the guy
I-
and the boot. And
Some nice,
I got-
some
Who's
nice
the guy
leather. I like.
I
the
got-
Now,
leather
to be
boots.
clear, I am talking about both of y'all's proclivity
Sexual
for being
proclivity?
oppressed, not
Oh,
the
shit.
fact that both of you are into gay
Dude, I'm
BDSM.
loving my
Damn it.
oppression. I'm give me more
Hey,
of it.
I'm
Kiwi
for
gives the best shine. Kiwi polish gives the best
people living
shine.
their best life, regardless of how that has to go.
You look
Has to go in your
oppressed.
mouth. Sorry, I'm trying to get my horns untangled.
What are you?
Are you?
What are you doing?
You have horns too.
Oh no!
He's got horns.
Oh,
They're baby
Flo, what are
horns.
you
They're
talking about?
baby
No.
horns.
They might not be as long as Jeff's, but they're thicker.
Don't even embarrass yourself like that. Stay in your lane.
Well, I'm already embarrassing myself because I can't get the fucking string untangled.
See, this is Satan trying to tell you something.
Yeah, maybe God's telling you should not put the antlers on.
Although Flo is, I did call
You'll
him.
be selling yourself out to Satan.
Well, he
God
is.
never told me to do
has
anything
earned those
that I
horns.
didn't want to do. That's the beauty
He
of
is
God.
fighting
Is it's
that.
so personal and subjective that basically God tells everybody what they already want to hear, right, Jack?
You know what?
Oh.
You know what? My wish for God is that He finds it in His heart to forgive Satan and accept him back into His.
He don't want to be in there.
Yeah, He does.
Did you read
Sure he
Paradise
does,
Lost?
yeah.
There's a whole passage where he
No,
meditates and dialogues to himself about it and says,
But-
"Fuck no." Because the
but it's
minute he
weird.
takes me back, it's gonna start all over again. I'm gonna remember
But
how I felt.
Satan is the way of the dark.
And
This thing.
I
Can be
that-
sometimes.
I haven't read that Paradise Lost, but I was just listening
you
to a discussion about it, and it was pointing out that in that dialogue, what's Satan do? He establishes and owns that identity.
I thought you were going to say that ass.
Identifies
Jack
and owns
Talcott
that
was gonna
ass.
say he owns that ass. That's how you.
That's how my brain completed that sentence.
That does look Viking-esque.
It does, but
horns.
also it looks cool. You
Kinda
actually
feeling it.
you're kind of a little bit sexy now. Like you're
Uh-oh.
approaching satanic daddy territory.
Yeah, you're
Except
turning Jeff
probably have
on.
my age.
Be careful.
Yep.
You have said that I'm
Yeah,
a better
that is,
Satanist
that
than
is
you
the
are.
look. So guys, if you're watching, look, take notes from Flo. This is close to the look.
No.
Okay, carry on.
Viking Devil Daddy. There you go.
I'm sorry. For making
I don't
fun
know
of
that you ever
horns.
need to
They
call me
were-
That
that
is your
again.
new turn. That is your new name. It's either that or Granny Chaser.
You know what? I'm going back to the
Go
Pope hat in just a
go
second.
with it.
Wasn't that the other one? Granny Chaser?
Egg dropper.
Well, Egg Dropper or Granny Chaser were the two
No, it
options.
wasn't.
What is an egg drop? Isn't it? That's that
Because when he
It's a
comes
type of
around,
soup.
it makes
where you egg drop soup. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's also when
Women get excited.
dried up women have dropped their last egg that they've been saving up.
Flo collects them.
I might have phrased that in the worst possible way, but there you go.
I've already given up on this. Lost control of this panel.
Yeah, I've
Go ahead.
my
play.
bad.
It's all Dave's fault.
The
I was
stand
bored and I was looking for a panel to hop on.
by. No,
And
not
I
you.
saw
at all.
you were
Dave,
live, so I was
you
excited
always
about that.
bring something useful to a panel.
Oh,
Something of substance.
Absolutely.
So,
And-
Flo,
and-
did I
and-
miss something profound earlier?
Huh?
Did I miss something profound earlier on
No.
Jeff's show? Oh, okay.
No, not that I wasn't. I haven't even been paying attention for that long. I basically came on while they were trying to figure out who TrippyKast was, and then
no, if
yeah,
If any profundity happens, it'll probably be on this stream. Not
You mean you didn't receive no enlightenment?
I mean, no.
if we all got in.
Unless you're talking about the glare off of Dave's head, it's fucking blinding me out of here.
It's not even that glary. Come on.
I
do I
didn't
have
even
too many
know
lights
until
on?
You pointed it out.
Look, I actually don't look washed out super
No,
white
you look
today.
fine.
I have a little
You
bit of like color to my skin. Still
you're,
not
and
I
enough,
feel like-
but
This is
your-
the
this
light
looks
is
good.
blasting me.
The beard looks good on you.
thanks. It any longer and it becomes too white, and I
Yeah,
don't like that. And
I
you
have
know,
that same issue. Flo's
No,
just
that
envy.
one.
He's trying to drag everybody else down to his level.
What am I trying to do?
I've learned
I
to
mean-
accept Flo's
Right.
Are you sure you didn't drag Flo down to your level?
Me?
Yeah.
What level am
Flo's
I? I don't
a
have.
He's got
a
the
psychopath.
horns. He's got the horns on. He's trying to be like you.
He wants
These
a
horns
date.
predate Jeff.
There is some of that.
I mean,
in our
Jeff's
relationship.
Jeff's
That's been going on for a while.
they
Jeff
predate
definitely
Jeff's
inspired
presence
you
in my
putting him
life.
on
They
there
are
now.
obviously not
This
older than
weird
he is.
dialectical antithetical like dynamic going on between us because he is a crypto Satanist, and I think that
You guys got a little attraction going on, or what?
What is the
Not-
crypto
not-
portion of
no,
crypto
not,
Satanism?
I'm not attracted to straight guys. No, it's more like a psychological, spiritual, mental thing. I have a tendency to mind meld with sociopaths anyway, so it might be some of that too.
What is
Well, that
mind
means
melding?
Flo.
I'm only attracted to straight males and gay women.
What is mind
I'm only
melding?
attracted to people that are not attracted to me.
Like you're. Did you ever see that movie Persona?
Nope.
No, you don't watch the movie. I forgot. Like your mind and their mind starts to like both think this.
Become one.
It is what it
Kinda,
sounds
yeah.
like.
Is BasedOracle based enough to come on here? Does anybody-
Based
Oh,
Oracle is pretty
Yeah,
fucking
based
based.
Oracle.
He's a good dude. Good dude.
Welcome, Based.
My dude.
Hey, what up, guys?
Although he's trying to deny the truthiness of my short that says that I'm a nice guy. I'm glad you put him below me. Will you cam up real quick, Base Oracle?
Oh yeah, cam up, but my friend.
I
You've been
can't right now.
commanded.
What do you mean you
I think
can't?
I've-
Oh, you
I
don't have
think
your
I've
hat
seen
on,
him
huh?
before on another
that
panel.
why?
Yeah, well,
Oh
Why
yeah,
you
get
need
your
to
hat.
cam
You gotta
up?
have the
that
hat.
guy.
Why you
He's
need
gotta
to
get-
cam up?
He's got to
Why
get
you
his
need to-
Don't worry
hat
about
and his
it.
light and
Cam
his setup.
Huh?
He's got to get his hat and his light and his setup and his
Yeah, you
the
know,
angle.
I'm not ready. I can't do it.
Joshua says, "Don't do it."
I got into a
He's
fight
naked. Leave him alone.
and I'm naked.
Okay, yeah, well,
Yeah, cam up.
So look, Flo, let's get back
behind your
to the
avatar.
crux, Flo.
Flo,
Right?
what
I
are
didn't say
you-
that you're not nice. I said you
Why-
couldn't possibly be the nicest because that's me.
Cam up and show us.
What are you
Prove it.
sitting on? I thought you were at a desk.
That's
Why-
what you
how-
thought, mortal.
How are you so? You're right. I made an assumption you
He-
had like this big fancy.
He
baker's
does look
desk.
way too comfortable in that position.
He's
He's
floating.
perching. That's a poop perch.
Like you said,
He's
with a
looking for his next.
He's actually
prey,
on a toilet right now.
probably. Well, porta
He
potty
is.
thing.
That is absolutely what he's
Garrett was
doing.
worried about getting porn bombed.
What are you? You're shaking something. Did you just knock a cup off your table?
When I laughed-
Jesus.
Oh, that was me.
My
that
knees
was
are
me.
against the desk.
Oh. And you're on a
That's
laptop,
amazing.
aren't you?
All right, you know what? This is not that comfortable.
No, it didn't look like it.
He
So
got
I
on
saw
his Mormon white.
the easy thing last night.
He popped the horns on, and then all kind of weird stuff is starting to happen.
It was
He's sitting on stuff. He's attacking Dave.
Stop trying to mind meld with me.
Are you talking about on Mel's show, Face?
I can't prevent it. We
Yeah.
have to unmeld.
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah. He was just very upset. I don't even know
What
what
happened on
about.
Mel?
He was
A
outraged.
lot of rabble.
Yeah.
Easy and Rest. By the time I showed up, Easy and Resto were well into a. I mean, it wasn't very productive. It didn't go anywhere. It just sort of cycled, but it was a shouting match, and basically it was a few. And Neve came up. There's a handful of people that did some back and forth with Easy. I just sat there and soaked up the loosh.
Mm. Yeah.
I just came on after to try to kill the vibe.
Was that
That's
verbal
what you
combat?
always do, Dave. You come on.
That's my job.
No, it was on Mel's panel.
Dave,
I
I'll
always
explain in a
miss the
second.
fun. I always
I-
come on right after.
So
the
I
fun
just did a
is done.
poll, and 77% of respondents think that my horns are better than Jeff's.
They
Ooh.
are more Satan. Mine are deer antlers. Yours are actual Satan horns. So yeah, I would probably even vote for yours.
Are you live, Flo?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I was scheduled to go live in a few minutes, and then I got summoned by Jeff and Jack referencing my economics.
I did not summon you.
Oh, you're
How did I
economic.
summon you?
You were like, you guys were both like, yeah, isn't Flo crazy? We want to steal other
you're
people's
talking about
money.
if we say your name on stream, you're watching the stream and you come. That's
No.
what,
I'm saying when Jack, explain it to him. Jack knows how to summon me.
We brought up economics.
I feel like I really should know this summoning thing. I thought I did.
It's the economic.
Joshua, we can do an AMA on Jack. What do you want to know? Joshua wants to know about truth. I think because he needs to know who to throw in the volcano or not.
Well,
That's the only truth I've ever heard him be concerned about.
I have so many stupid things stuck in my head right now. I have this BBL Drizzy song stuck in my head, and it's driving me insane.
What is that?
Yeah, sure.
It just goes BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy,
Is that
BBL
copyrighted?
Drizzy. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't think so. There are like 8 million covers on YouTube of it, so
Dave,
I
that
highly
was
doubt it.
really good. You might get copyrighted for.
Oh,
Dave
look, we got
Right.
Easy. Okay, Easy, you can come up too if you want.
Later.
Oh boy, let the fireworks fly.
Nah, he ain't coming up.
You got me burned. All right.
Oh wow, something. I guess
What's
something
wrong
did
with drama? Oh yeah, right. Yeah, right. Bye, losers.
She'll be back.
I mean, come
I did
on.
lose Triple Combat every single time
Nobody
I've been on.
believes that.
They always come back. She'll be back.
He's still here. He
And
never
if she
left.
doesn't,
Yeah, of
who
course.
gives a fuck?
Well, Jack, I certainly enjoyed our chat. We'll have to do it again another day. It looks like we got hijacked. but-
And Easy, good job at Jax. I approve. Glad I sent you.
There you are.
Hey, what's up, Toxic?
I had
Welcome
my.
Wow.
He had something.
Hey, and by the way, Dave,
So-
I've always appreciated you. You've had very little drama, and
Yeah, I try.
you've never really caused anybody any problems. In the whole time I've known you, you're one of the few people that have caused nobody any problems. You know, you just seem like your karaoke stream and the stuff like that. You just seem to be in it for fun. You know.
Yeah.
He's almost
And
too
I
good.
appreciate
I am just
that.
trying to have fun. Hey, TrippyKast.
That was gay.
TrippyKast, you can come back up too.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Same thing. Same thing with FlowState.
What about? I wasn't
Don't-
paying attention.
Don't make
You're
your
just-
ego
You're
any
just
bigger.
having
Anything, it
fun. You're
turned
not
out.
trying to cause anybody drama.
Yeah.
You farm it,
I
but
don't
you don't
think-
cause it
No,
usually.
I don't.
Thank
think
you for
saying-
reminding me. FlowState memberships are only $1. It's the best deal in all
true.
of YouTube. Jack may
Nice.
not believe in capitalism. He may hate money, but I love it. And you love having custom emojis and custom membership badges.
Custom.
Value
thinking
for-
about it.
Yeah,
I'm still on
value
the
for
fence.
trade. Yeah.
And by the way, I did change the membership badges so that now they're different color coded bombs.
You know, Flow's the
And-
only channel that I sub to.
Right on. And the very last, like it's at like 6 years of membership or something absurd, but it's an explosion. It's a mushroom cloud.
It's a good deal.
Ooh.
It's only $1.
People love the trinkets, and it's only $1. It's actually 99 cents.
I heard that.
Plus one. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, if it's only $1,
No, there's not a plus one.
it's
I-
hard to
it's-
not.
It will not allow you to price it any lower. YouTube will not allow a lower price.
I'm gonna steal that, by the way.
Wait, so
Yeah.
$1 is as low as you could go? Not.
I'm only
99.
going $1 for
membership,
mine when
yeah.
I get them.
You should raise
Are
it to
those horns
50.
on your head, Gen X, Jeff?
They're antlers, and then
Those
Flo
are
has
cool.
the Satan
Those are
horns.
cool as hell.
Oh,
Yeah, you got more of a satyr thing going on.
Yeah, it did. It is.
You look like
Well,
you're at one of those elite parties, right? Like one of the.
I actually bought several when I first got them.
And I was just saying
all the
how
rest of them broke.
FlowState
This is
has
the only
good
one that broke.
hats.
FlowState's rocking more of the Minotaur style.
Yeah, but they look good on him. He rocks. He rocks that.
Stop trying to mind meld with me.
You don't understand how mind melding works because first of all, you asked.
Well, that's true. I don't.
Isn't it like a Vulcan thing? Isn't it like the Vulcan mind meld?
Yeah, it's a
Isn't it
kind of
Star
fucking
Wars?
real
Maybe it's an
connection.
autistic. Have you ever mind melded?
No. I don't know what I don't even know what it means.
Like when you and another person's thoughts and mental experience is so aligned that it's almost like you're having the same mental experience at the same time.
I know what he means. He
If
means
that's
like
what you're
if
talking
you
about,
were
then
a
yeah,
woman.
that does happen.
Unless
that happens
you,
to me a lot.
unless you,
especially when encountering other people with
like
similar
maybe it's
autism
mirror
to me.
neurons or something like that.
I think so, because if I talk to another person that like has ADHD pretty severely, we'll say something that we experience in our life that isn't normal, and it's just like,
Pop, turn that
bro,
down.
thank you.
Please.
Finally, somebody understands me. And
you
it's
know what?
like,
People with people like us do have a certain. It's a clip, right? Or it's a pace of. It's like
a
I'm a
time
fast
limit.
walker in real life. I'm a fast
Yeah.
thinker. There are certain people who think at that
Jack and I
pace,
had
and then
that
there are certain people who
Don't.
suck.
Yeah, I
Because
think there
they're
is
on that
some
level.
timing differences that get compensated for when we're together. Like the right type of brains are together.
what are you watching today, Flo?
What am I watching?
Yeah, it says live coverage.
Oh, I
Or are you just
I'm gonna
randomizing
do.
your titles?
So I've got something queued up. There's this fucking sheriff. Yeah, I'm not watching anything right now. This is actually the plague.
He's
Right
watching
now.
Yeah.
This is live coverage from the plague.
True.
It's you guys.
Yeah.
Base,
Including
how's
the
that cam going?
How the what? The what?
You got that cam going yet?
Yeah.
Well, I don't see it.
Can you see me?
No.
No.
You got to look harder, Dave.
Fix it.
Figure it out.
Low tier streamer, I guess.
Yeah. Yep. Bottom.
Yeah,
of the
and
barrel.
he forgot about his stream this morning.
Were you supposed
Yeah.
to stream this
No, I
morning?
didn't
Or this
forget.
afternoon.
I didn't forget. I mean, I
That's hilarious.
temporarily forgot ish.
What's up, Hank?
Hey, hello.
How you doing, my guy?
I'm doing
That sounds
awesome.
like Hank.
I was,
Yeah,
I was gonna
absolutely.
go on Little Tommy show, but he invites his enemies to wait in the queue forever. So I'm just gonna hold this.
Oh, is Illuma Tommy live? Damn, that means
Yeah,
he's
he is
not
live.
coming.
Yeah, bring
So Little
Tommy on.
Tommy,
Bring him on.
stop
Tommy's not
on the
coming.
merry-go-round. There you go. I made a sign just.
Oh
for you.
yeah,
I'm not gonna wait in the queue forever.
Oh, is
Yeah,
Tommy not allowed on yours? Jeff?
Tommy's a.
I never know where people are allowed.
Should allow people to say whatever.
Oh,
I don't
You know,
know.
funny, I was a
Snafu
friend.
snaps his band. That's
I mean,
basically
I'm
it.
not waiting in the queue forever. Just wasting my time.
who is that, Paul? I'm so
Yeah.
nervous because I don't trust Tommy not to.
Not to
Oh,
shit.
Tommy's watching a
to do
video.
something
Tommy's
that I
watching an
would-
old video. Look, you can see Tommy's at the desk.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
reviewing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Tommy's watching Tommy.
That's actually a good setup. That's a nice little show setup. I like it.
It's good until you get the wrong number of panelists in. Then you've got
Yeah.
3 people on the couch and people that you can't see talking. And
Oh.
But
Yeah,
that's
it's weird.
actually-
That's awkward.
If I'm hiding panelists that won't use the cameras mostly is a useful technique.
I'll give him credit for his artistic capacity or something. Like it's a cool setup, a cool idea.
I like the way
Functionally, it
Terry
drives me
uses-
nuts when somebody's talking and I can see people on stage and I can't see them.
Yeah, because nothing's lighting up. You're just like, who the?
Also,
said that?
like a situation like this, right? He could never have this panel. It would never work there. You'd have
Mhm.
most of us backstage, and the ones that are on stage are all little tiny. It's a good idea. You know,
And you're
whatever.
lucky if you
But
say a thing.
I just don't think the concept didn't test out to be as functional as would be hopeful.
Yeah. Well, he's waiting for his boyfriend right now. All his other enemies have to wait in the queue.
Are you talking about Paul? Who's his boyfriend?
Yeah, Paul's Tommy's boyfriend apparently. He's the only one he's waiting for.
I can't keep up with all these panel relationships.
Yeah, you can.
I might have to go over there.
Be my guest.
If you do, make
Fine,
sure
I
to
can
tell
send
him.
email.
You need to tell him
Wait,
that
let
his
me
best
say-
friend says hi. Remember, it's,
That's you, or does that?
That's
Hey,
me.
hold
Oh,
up.
Hank. Okay.
Got to get you kicked off in about 2 seconds.
No,
Hey,
no.
There you go.
Look, if he kicks
There
me
you go.
off, I'll be
Hey,
back.
there's the
maybe.
E.
Maybe.
Merrry.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
funny.
The misspelling was on purpose. It's black magic. You all missed it.
Yeah. He wants to marry him and go around.
Oh, you and
Because
Paul
that is
Bettany.
ARRY.
I'll be back, maybe.
No. With a cam?
Don't come back unless your cam's
He
on.
left.
Can
He left.
you swap me and Hank? Jeff? Jeff,
Do you like
please.
that?
Thank you.
Do you like that? Oh, so
What?
Hank,
You don't like
that I
them
would
balls
fuck around
on
with
your
Hank?
head?
You guys should know I won't fuck with Hank.
That's
racist.
good. I know, but you would fuck around with me.
You're
So
not going to
Well, Hank is
teabag?
scarier than Dave.
yeah. We know. He won. He won the psychopath
Oh, he did, didn't he?
vote poll.
Dave, can I ask you a question?
Sure. What's up?
What caused you to leave Easy's community?
Differences in opinion. I'm not gonna get too much into it. I don't want to like
That's why I got
What?
divorced.
Dave?
enough
Dave?
enough people have gone big on it. I'm not gonna go crazy. I just felt like
Dave?
I was being told to pick sides and I didn't want to do it. So
Yeah.
I picked a side.
Dave's
And it was
got
the one that wasn't
drama?
telling me to pick a side.
Dave doesn't
Oh,
really have
Lord.
drama. And for
Yeah.
the record, I never
Yeah.
expect
Wise-
anybody.
Wise move.
Dude.
Wise
Yeah.
move.
I never expect anybody to feel like they have to do that with me. I like to throw that out there because I know Paul, for
Well,
instance,
as
really really hammers people who viewers he lays claim to. I think it's a weird poor form. So
Yeah.
I like to
Yeah.
lay that out there periodically. Nobody's expected to choose sides. If I have a fight with somebody, I can handle it myself.
Yep,
Like,
pretty
you
much.
and
if
Jack
anyone
fight all the
asks
time.
me to pick sides, the only side I'm on is my side. So if you're not ready for me, then you're in trouble.
Like Toxic, you and Easy had problems for a long time, and I never like
Yeah,
shunned you or
well,
anything. I was
the
always
thing-
like,
no, you didn't.
no.
That's the thing. You never shunned me, and
yeah. And that's not what I do. Unless I make the personal judgment against somebody, I'm not gonna ostracize them.
you never disrespected me. And the same thing with
Yeah.
FlowState. FlowState also didn't disrespect me because of
Give
the
it
shit
time.
with FlowState.
Impossible.
Yup.
Toxic, are you new at the Panelverse? In this part of the Panelverse?
Toxic's been around for a while. Not a lot of open panels, I don't think, though.
Okay.
I used to do a lot of open panels on Easy's channel.
Oh yeah.
I did a lot of work for him as far as graphic work, just like
Yeah.
EmpDave did too. I'm not sure if FlowState did. I think FlowState did kind of help Easy.
I never did any work for him.
Well, you came over to his channel a lot, and
I joined his panels.
that's promotional.
But I mean, I'm not. It's helping a way, but it's helping both of us in a way. So I'm not gonna,
Yeah.
make claims that I helped him.
See, that's the thing is
more
you
than-
don't toot your own horn.
I mean, sometimes I do for sure.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but I mean, you don't
Where I
do it-
deserve.
You don't do it nearly like other people do.
Well, I brag about things that I do, right? Or the
Yeah.
tooting is not fake tooting. Like I really think I'm the shit.
True.
Yeah,
Boy, oh,
everything
boy.
FlowState toots about he can justify.
I mean, Flo has a little bit of narcissism, but
A
all good.
little.
This is YouTube.
Just a little,
the only
just a little.
people on YouTube have a decent helping of it.
yeah, everybody has a
Yep.
little bit. Of it. We all have a little
Dave.
bit of narcissism.
A
Dave?
lot.
Hi,
A
I'm
lot.
Dave.
Hi, I'm Dave.
Chuck, you may not have a channel, but you're on YouTube damn near as much as I am. So I don't want to hear it
That's
out
what
of
I
you.
just said. That's what I just said.
I'm gonna
Okay.
go with the hi.
I thought. Never mind.
There you
Then I
go. Do
misheard
it.
you.
Yeah,
give me a
you
channel.
misunderstood.
Jack,
Looking at
you know
it.
what? Jack has gaslit me into thinking that you're doing things that you're not.
The simple fact
Really?
that works so
I
well
blame
is
Jack.
my catchphrase is amazing to me. I love it.
I can see why you would.
I'm over here trying to create world peace, and Jack's gaslighting my perception.
I need one of those super tall, like Yosemite Sam 10-gallon hats.
What?
They
Where
sell
the fuck did that?
That would
That was
be-
one of those ADHD moments, wasn't it?
No, look at your chat. I read your chat. I read both your chats more than you guys do.
Oh yeah, I should have the chat open.
Hi, I'm Dave. Says Leopard
Yup.
Fred.
Resto,
Well, I see
Lauren,
Tarek
and
being
Leopard
disagreeable.
all
That,
day.
Dave? Did you catch that, Dave?
Yeah.
Bigger hat means you control the panel. I objectively have the biggest hat.
Break it out, Flo. Bring it out.
Bullshit.
Lionheart psychology. I don't assume that everyone's reason for being on YouTube is the same, but I do assume that everybody on YouTube is the type of person that wants people to watch them talk.
Yeah.
No, I'm the opposite. I get so the last thing I want is me talking on YouTube by myself or monologuing all day.
Yeah.
What up, Lawless?
Yeah, I don't
Andrew?
like monologuing, but I
Chesto.
do like being in some good
Resto
back
Chesto,
and
nice
forth.
to see you. Your song was off the hook, brother.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, I'm with Jeff. I'm
I
only
don't
here
mean- hold
because
on.
our culture made
I
it
don't
a
mean
cloud
it.
economy, so I
I
had to
don't
have
mean
the
it,
cloud to exist
Resto.
even.
Our culture did what?
I don't mean it, Resto, as in it was bad about easy. I mean, your song was quality.
Yeah, like the track was even good. Like I really
was
liked the
great.
beat and everything.
Like,
was
forget
well
about the easy
produced.
part. The track was great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, y'all don't know music, do you?
Okay,
Well, no,
I'm a
Toxic
lot
does
now.
know music. That is like what Toxic does.
Yes. So pretty much, since we made the economy a cloud economy, you have to be famous to be relevant or something like that. So that's why I'm on YouTube. So I can have the charm, practice the communication, so I can exist and actually have the privileges I'm supposed to have in the first place, rather than being dehumanized. So I'm with Jeff.
do you
I would
find that
rather
it's
not
working?
be on YouTube if I can get rid of not being on YouTube.
I feel like I've seen a bit of a transformation in Hank through the time that I've seen him on panels. He's definitely uplifted his confidence a lot. He seemed a lot more timid when I first saw him on panels, but he's much more confident now.
Yeah, I know the people I'm dealing with. There's on average just slightly dumber than the people I work with. So
Thank you, Vic, for the super sticker. I appreciate it, Vic. You the man.
Let's go.
What's a super sticker? How much? What did? Is it,
How many people? How many
It's
people you
basically
got,
so
Flo?
if you don't want to really put a message in, you just put a super sticker when you give them money. Just another way to give people money.
How many people you got, Flo?
Huh?
How many people's on your show right now?
39.
Watching 40?
Yeah. Well, tell them to come over and like Gen X Jeff. Let's see if we can get him.
Yeah,
I've
like
already
43
dropped the link.
people watching Flow. Please come subscribe to my channel.
43. I'm going to drop the link to Gen X Jeff again. This is the panel I'm on right now. Nope, that's the wrong link.
My friends in the chat, please hit the like button and sub up if you haven't.
Jeff
guys are
needs
awesome.
the help.
Yeah, I'm not above begging.
Jeff does need the help.
I'll beg for
It's
you.
taking way too long.
Well, beg, Jeff, beg.
I like money.
Money, money, money.
Me too. Jack pretends like he doesn't.
Yeah, he pretends like he doesn't. That's true.
Wait, what? What he pretends like? What?
That he don't like money. Money's evil.
Tarek's over here talking.
Oh,
his
I don't know
shit.
if that's pretense. He's pretty.
Eric is smack talking
consistently
about Tarek. Why don't you
passionate.
pop up?
That's when he gets the most agitated. Is when people start talking about money. That's when you see Wercott come out. That looks legit to me.
Yeah, well, I haven't seen him turn down any.
You haven't
Mine.
paid attention.
I don't even. Do you? Are you monetized, Jack? Do you get?
I haven't paid attention. Jack, I've paid lots of attention. What are you talking about?
Jack
I've been
turned
watching
down
you
my
for 2
dirty
years
money.
now.
I know, and you know what? That was a misspoke because I've turned away money, and I've
You
walked
don't have
away.
to justify it to me. Like
But
I
I
haven't turned
don't-
down any money.
Just
I
take the free
don't-
out, Jack.
Well, we'll let him finish at least.
I'm not opposed to money. Don't get me
I-
wrong.
That's my
I mean-
point. You agree with me?
No,
You
I
sure
don't.
did fool me.
Did you
In the
fix
short
camera
Who's
and base?
opposed to money?
In the short
Did
term,
you tell Tommy his best friend said hi?
He didn't even let me up. He just kept me in the back and talked shit. And he's like, "Oh, I beat you," blah blah blah, and he didn't let me up. And
Yeah. How can you beat someone if you're just gonna keep them on a queue? It doesn't make any sense.
yeah, he a
Freaking
pussy.
nonsense.
It's fine.
I never thought before Tommy had a channel. I never thought that he would be the biggest block happy person of all.
What's up, Lanza?
Hey, what's up? I saw you guys shining over here.
Is that my
So
head?
I thought I'd come and try to like get a tan or something.
Yeah.
Oh
You
yeah, you
know-
need to put Dave.
We
on the
are some
bottom.
shiny people. Let's be honest.
Well, what's your name?
Based. Have you camp?
Oh, Dave?
Where is your camp?
Dave, I like to play poker against you. I could read the
idiot.
cards off your forehead.
Oh, absolutely. and my poker face is non-existent. You can read every emotion I have on my face, even if I'm not talking.
I just
Alright,
play.
let's tell
Hey,
you-
FlowState.
Oh yeah, Jonathan
pretty
in,
Dave.
in my chat reminded me to let Jack finish. Jack, you were explaining how you're not against money.
Well, just money is a part of our current reality, but I don't see it. I can see it changing its role in our future.
What role?
Like, how far into the future? Because to me, we're talking generations.
Depends on how fast Talcott becomes dictator.
True.
Exactly. That's
Yeah, money's always been changing.
So, are you for communism then?
Yes, he
Yeah.
is. Don't let him tell you
Yes,
otherwise.
he is.
I'm for a new way.
It's an old way.
Communism has
It's
been around
rebranded.
forever. It's not
So,
new.
how
that
would
doesn't sound good.
society work without some form of capital or communism?
You do it because you want to, according to him.
But I mean, like,
You didn't answer Dave's question, Chuck.
isn't that the basis of communism? Is you do what you need to and you help each other?
To each as
Sure.
they can, from each as they can, to each as they need, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Jack can explain it, but from my understanding, it involves a inner spiritual awakening first, and then you start to operate from a different set of motivations.
Well, if that's the case, then
what
why
about-
would you promote the economics of it before the enlightening has happened? Presumably, after the awakening happens,
I don't
everybody
know if
will get it, and beforehand, nobody will.
The
What
two
about
guard-
people who?
Well, look, we have Jack right here. He could.
What
tell
about the
us.
people that don't wake up to it?
Well,
Okay.
Re-education camp.
Because just like every other religion, like not everybody agrees or
Well,
can
let's
buy
give
into
him
it.
a chance to answer. Like, he had a lot
Who's
of
Yeah.
questions.
Oh.
Jack is the guy above you,
Oh,
whose name says Jack on the
Jack,
screen.
will you talk over us?
that makes sense.
Please.
Oh, what up, guys? BasedOracle's here. What's up?
Oh my God, Jack, fucking take
Jack,
the
you're
floor.
gonna have to sack up and get the mic.
Come
I'm
on.
trying everything I can. To,
Here, these questions kind of go back to the beginning of the stream where you started at, Jeff. Is the idea of the myth? I don't remember the terms you used. It was the myth realm and the idea of myth or meaning. The difference between
yeah,
myth and-
like truth and meaning. Like one set of stories is about meaning and keeping society cohesive, and the other's about truth, like describing reality and figuring out how it works.
Last one for a minute. I'll just say it sounds to me like a myth communication.
I'm gonna let that go because it was so adorable.
Lame.
I want Jack to finish. what
Oh,
he's saying.
based.
Y'all ain't never heard that shit. I'm smithing y'all.
Yeah.
Everybody mute except for Jack.
The other idea is that we live in a cause and effect realm, and just like earlier we were talking about the connection between cooperation and communication.
Mhm.
I think there's a similar connection to the spiritual awakening and the belief in the myths. The myths being the economic system, the power of budgets and governments over our lives. I think awakening to the myths of those, well, we move past our denial.
Oh, like having, because that does happen through history, where a culture society will have one myth and it will dissolve or transition to another myth, etc. Like you even see, like from Greece to Rome, how the Roman culture kind of took over the Greek myths, but it got transformed into something else. So you're saying our existing mythology around capitalism and money and banks and jobs, etc., there's another paradigm that we could shift to, and that could be like, I don't think any current paradigm is the ultimate limit of anything, but I just see that happening over generations and generations of gradual incremental change as individual humans start to discover this for themselves. So it's if you're trying to accelerate on a mass scale, that's what I don't know how.
Yep, it's got to start at the ground level.
It has. It's happening with us, and there's a lot of people like us who are challenging the systems, using the systems to bring legal action towards some of the people responsible. I believe it took us a long time, and it's been a continuation of the oppressive style. First the emperors and rulers, then the kings and queens, and now the alleged governments. But
we're not oppressed.
Well,
you're not oppressed, Chuck. You're not
people
oppressed.
could be subjectively oppressed.
There is oppression in this world, and there's oppression, both economic oppression, and there's real well, there's intellectual oppression that's going on through the false media.
Well, here's my reaction to that. Like, media is not just one thing. There's so many sources of information that it's not even unified or centralized anymore. So when people say the media and talk as this coordinated message, it seems less of that as we go through the generations than even when I grew up.
I missed the whole thing.
And you're not going to get people to work for free.
I zoned out too. I'm sorry.
What if they're doing what they love, Chuck? And what if what they love doing is actually providing benefit into their communities? They can see the effort.
But what if nobody likes picking up garbage or wiping shitty asses,
working at a steel mill,
toiling in the coal mine all day long for resources,
running into a burning building?
I'm really doing it for free, but I have bills to pay. I need my stuff covered.
Right, so we're willing to contribute as long as we know that our needs will also be met. But we're not willing to just throw effort into a void. What is the mechanism we use by which we know that our needs will be met? Money.
We can, well, initially and for right now, yes. But right now, in the money system, there's corruption in its creation. There's corruption in its distribution. We've got kinks in.
It's not the government's job.
Do we still have the money system and minimize the corruption? Part of that's just, if there's corruption, part of that is just an enforcement issue. Like, existing corruption laws are just not being enforced. So some of that's political will.
True. The Federal Reserve System is just a straight parasite.
So the SEC is like works like with BlackRock and this company called Virtue Financial, and Virtue Financial basically runs the computers that runs the market for New York.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
why did you say like that, Chuck? Like, it's, I don't know about it, but it seems very
I was surprised Chuck knew about that too, to be honest.
I play the stock market.
He was just agreeing.
No, I play the stock market.
Playing along.
Oh.
Do you win?
Well, I have been. I'm up to, well, I don't want to say how much I'm up to, but
how much are you up to?
Sizable chunk.
50 million.
$25.
Probably a lot of memberships that are sitting around in BlackRock.
25 million now that he gave me half.
You know what? Now that we know it's there, me and Jack can seize it and use it better than you can.
Oh, that's what I was going to
Really?
say. Is they actually write laws in order to screw over people. They don't write laws to protect people, bro.
That's really
Oh, the King
a
Stephen
cynical
plan.
way of looking
And
at
that's
it.
that's
It's absolutely
corporational.
true. You can look at that at the housing collapse. That was that the whole thing started as by giving people
But
subprime
that was
loans.
also an
People
exception,
who
not
are
the
not
norm.
debt worthy, giving them debt. Right? What that
Yes,
do with the
yes.
market? You can look at student loan debt. Same thing.
Well,
We gotta help
the
fund these kids.
government was the
Now you've
one
got
that
two
pushed them.
generations of indentured servants.
Government's the one that pushed them to give those subprime loans.
Right.
And
That's
have you seen how much FAFSA tries to give like 18-year-old kids? Here, you can never bankrupt out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Jack,
yeah.
you wanted to say
Apparently, Joe Biden is looking to do something about that, though.
About what?
Supposedly.
Yeah, he
Student
can't
loan
though. The
card.
minute student loan debt is like half of our federal assets. If
Yeah.
You
student
don't
loan
pay-
is forgiven,
you don't
the
pay
dollar will
taxes
collapse.
anyway. You don't want to pay taxes anyway, so why are you even worried?
I don't want to. I'm
Nothing-
just telling you how the mechanics of how it will work.
Nothing.
Joe Biden's
Nothing's
talking.
forgiven.
He's just talking shit. He's not going to forgive anything. If he
Yeah.
did, the dollar would die instantly.
I
He
would
can
think that
forgive
that's
I'm
it,
not
but
gonna pay
the
it
rest
back,
of us are going to pay it.
However, if he does do it, that'll pretty much guarantee his next run because that was the one promise that people really hated him for right off the bat going into office.
Oh, so he's
No,
like
it
to
won't,
win
because
election, he's
because
trying to get these
what people
loans.
really care about is
That's
the
what the point
economy.
is.
If
Or-
you destroy the economy,
The thing
You
is, he
won't
doesn't
get
even have to
elected.
push it through. Just the fact that he's
Well, Trump
pushing
started
for it,
Well, you're
it's gonna
wrong,
look good
Flo.
for him.
Flo, you are incorrect. It's not if you destroy the economy, you won't get any votes, you won't get elected. It's that if it's perceived that
Right,
you,
if
by the
people know that you
by
destroyed the
the
economy.
consensus, quote unquote.
There
But I
you go.
agree with your sentiments, you know.
And I think too, these loans are like you're the collateral to these loans. Okay, that's how it's set up. The universities
Oh, come on.
the universities
No, true.
get your loan.
It's
They send
literally
the
true,
money
Chuck.
to
How
offshore accounts, bro.
the Treasury borrows money by promising future repayment based off tax income.
No,
Right.
it's
But
not common.
hey, but hey, the
Talcott,
system
I'm
worked out
talking
for
about-
Chuck, so it works.
On a
It's
real
good
world
for
level.
everyone because it's good for Chuck.
I just know they're lying and they're stealing. That's what I know. That's all I can tell you.
That's pretty accurate.
I
Well, look at
agree.
The
But
cost
Chuck
of
thinks we
the
must have done something wrong.
the
and he's doing
Medicare.
fine. Right, Chuck?
what's
You're doing
that?
fine, so everyone else must be stupid.
Well,
I agree too.
Oh wow! Wait, hang on. Yeah.
if you
Guys,
don't,
your
if
mic
you
is
don't
spiked.
make
Hang on,
debt,
I'm a
you won't have
huge-
debt.
Wait, Jack. What are you planning?
well,
That,
Oh.
that
The
makes
laughing
no
in the
sense.
beginning makes me feel comfortable.
That made me feel very. What was that guy's name? Who? He was a naturalist.
Probably
He blew
rubbed
up
his
a lot
hands.
of buildings.
I don't know, but I want
Well-
to hear. I want to hear from
Larry
Jack.
Silverstein,
then you're
Lucky
thinking,
Larry.
Ski.
Y'all are missing
So-
a big story here. What are
Let's
you
go.
planning?
It's kind of what we were talking about earlier. I have faith that through communication we can create cooperation, and on the stream, well, in the stream, my stream earlier, that was some of the topic, is that we have the opportunity to bring forth the truth, to bring justice and, well, the truth into light. So the Republicans and Democrats in Congress, they stop fighting each other like
Closing at 11.
When?
that
They're
war.
set up to fight each other. They can't not fight each other unless they're gone.
I know.
People
Have you
can
seen the
stop
graph
fighting.
of political polarization in Congress, like over the last some of the 60s, 70s, and you could see it do this.
Mhm. The entire world is dividing, and unfortunately, the world we were brought into has normalized conflicts and competition. And I see in the future, we'll find ways to cooperate, and through cooperation, we'll help awaken and free each other from this slavery system of the Federal Reserve.
Of paying taxes.
All of
Yeah,
it.
people don't want to give up what it's going to take to sacrifice in
Yep.
order to do that.
Yeah. The common person doesn't care about this stuff.
Life is too good.
there's something I recently picked up in psychology, and is the observation that it's easy for our minds to imagine what we can lose. It's challenging for our minds to imagine what can be gained, because through the sacrifice brings change, and change can result in some amazing things.
The opportunity.
What sacrifice?
I mean, the opportunity is here now. Let's just do it now.
Yeah, I mean, you need to look at both sides, right? You need to look at the risk and reward of any decision and the likelihood of each outcome. But to say that looking at only the risk or only the reward is at all better than only the risk is just false.
Agreed. It should be both, for sure.
So what if I don't want to go along with this system? Like, I don't agree with it. It doesn't reflect my values or my vision for the future, whatever. What happens to me? Do I get
education camp?
I mean,
depends how many bullets you got.
I don't have any. I don't. I'm the last person that needs to
put me above BasedOracle.
So in a way, I actually agree with Chuck.
You trying to sun me, Flo?
Yeah.
Huh?
I actually agree with Chuck a little bit. If things don't go right for me, it must be because I'm done or something. Well, I haven't done all I could to dismantle the institutional power that I perceive that's oppressing me or lying to me and telling me to do stupid stuff. I could do way more to make them have a bad day. So I'm a Machiavellian anyway. So maybe in some sense they did the right thing by filling my head full of lies for 10 to 14 years.
How does someone fill your head with lies?
Oh,
Exactly.
so pretty much you're mandated to go to
believe
school,
it.
and if your parents are dumb enough to not take you out, then you're stuck there. And
Yeah.
then I was down to believe too much of what they told me, and a lot of it was wrong. So it's my fault.
There's a choice you're making in what you believe in. Are you not in control of what you choose to believe?
I'm not in as much control as I should have been when I was a child.
As a kid?
Do you think that you were?
Childhood's a wash. We all start out in
What are you
childhood
talking
with
about?
a set of
It's a
beliefs,
wash. That's
laws
funny
and all
language.
that. Just kind of
Can you give Hank the center square, please?
It's a wash,
Basically,
bro.
Dave.
There you
Okay.
go.
I know
Appreciate
what
it.
you're doing. That's fine.
I'm with Hank though. Like, you know, as an
I don't
individual,
know.
you know, I see the same type of
I don't know
setup
what
that
to-
Hank
The
sees.
hell?
I just
That's
That
a
is
hell of a lighter.
That is lighting your cigarette in style, I guess.
It's so that you don't lose. I used to have a map gas torch that, like, it was the front porch lighter because you never lose that. It eventually got stolen, but
Sad.
Now,
They
what does
say-
each light cost? What does it cost per, like... you
Hey,
know?
what's up, Nightish?
well, with map gas, it was pretty fucking expensive. With the propane, it's way cheaper.
Is it like 10 cents?
You know what?
per light?
I haven't kept track of the number of lights I get per canister. That's the next thing. You know what? Just for that, you're getting fucking teabagged, bitch.
That's what it was anyway.
Disrespect flow. What the...
You don't know about my teabaggings?
He's been trying to do this all
He
day.
knows about the tea. Look at that facial expression.
I knew when Dave
He was
said, "Can
ready
you move
for
Hank
it.
to the
He
middle?"
knew it was
Can you move
happening.
Hank
That's
to the
what you
middle?
get for leaving me waiting in your chat
Yeah.
for half an hour.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's what you get if you don't go along with the new plan.
Unless you're Hank. Hank's too scary.
Well, I was going to say
I
BasedOracle.
wasn't even in the damn chat for a half hour. I'm not. I live with Tommy.
I feel like, although it's the teabagging isn't finalized until you're made into a short. There are a
Don't
few
worry.
teabaggings I've
It'll
got
happen
still unshortified, either because they're not good enough or you know, I feel like Base might be the type of guy to try to get revenge on me.
No.
Just a hunch.
If you want a viral video, teabag yourself.
Incoming
little harsh, I'm
FlowState
sorry.
hit piece from BasedOracle.
I was gonna-
This man likes to put his balls on other man's heads.
Who didn't ask for it?
Is
Who
this-
didn't ask for it?
Got a
Is
break.
this-
Yeah, I was going to say,
With the
clarify
caveat.
that.
Is this manly behavior?
Oh my God.
No,
Is this just
I could not
toxic
believe that
femininity?
Paul gave me that gift.
Yep. That was a
like
classic.
immediately after I teabag him, he goes on his panel and starts bitching and saying those sort of things. It made it sound like I was actually putting my nuts on his face.
Yep.
And he said, where I come from, a man don't put his nuts on your face unless you ask him to. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, you don't come from New York?
Hey,
then.
hang on real quick. We have Ezra. Does anybody know an Ezra?
Yep.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know
everyone knows
Ezra.
her.
I don't know, Ezra.
They're okay.
She can have my spot. I got my 4 or 5 jokes
No,
out.
he has 10 spots.
Oh, you're good. We got 10.
That's Sarah, right?
Yeah, no, you
Yeah.
can't leave. You have to stay.
That's Sarah.
Out
Ezra,
of everyone.
No.
say something.
Hi.
Wow,
I'm
you're
Dave.
pulling in the big time, Jeff.
Who's
Signal
Dave?
just-
I got you, Jeff.
I'll fight you.
And I'm dropping the link in both chats to my teabagging playlist. If you would like to hear the see the teabagging video that was just described, where Paul cries because he didn't request nuts on his face this time.
If anybody's
Oh, wait,
here,
I don't think I
How do
can
I
put it in your
figure
chat.
out-
I put it in
Wait,
Jeff's
wait,
back
well,
chat.
this
give
is
me a
the
sec. I
tasteful
need to
section
show
of
real
YouTube.
quick. I just want to show real quick. If you're here on either FlowState or Gen X Jeff's channel, please go over to Gen X Jeff's channel, hit the sub button, hit the like button, help him out. And you know what? If you happen to
It's
be
happening.
at Gen X Jeff's, go over to FlowState too. Never mind. He just teabagged me, so fuck him.
Right here, right
Just
now.
stay on
It
Jeff.
wasn't
Come
very
over.
successful though. My balls kept like glancing off of your shiny smooth
I
head.
know. It's like a force field.
I thought you were going to say a
Where
foreskin.
YouTube gets classy, you know, the humor gets a little classier.
I've
the
seen
best.
Sarah. I have seen you crawl off of screen while your leg
I
was
know.
twitching. Don't even
Love
talk to
that.
me about that.
You
Crawl.
What?
She slid.
She slid off her chair.
Partly brought me
Yep.
nightmares, but also like you're like,
That was when we had
your
that edging
fantasy would that
session.
bring to mind.
I think
Yep.
you guys are making Jeff cry.
No, I'm
Oh, okay. I can't see out of my one eye.
Yeah, who was it? It was
Because we're all mean.
it was Sarah and Barbie, and I had an edging session on my panel with them, and surprisingly,
It's
I was
high
you know
was
you'd
involved.
expect Barbie would be the one that would be most shaky legged, but it wasn't this time.
Yep. Went off one side of the screen and reappeared on the other.
Mr. Pie brought about Cabana Boy feelings.
Wait, what? Jeff is a douchebag with an earring, hat backwards, microphone up. Is he talking about Flow?
He's got to be talking about. Well, I don't know. It could be flow or based. Who knows?
Oh,
Well, it's got to be me.
Now I think it's Dave.
Did they say earring or no? If they said
Yeah.
earring, it's flow. If not,
Yeah,
With an
earring.
earring,
yeah, yeah.
Douche boy, yeah.
They both kind of got that frat boy douche.
Fuck
You know-
Dave.
Why don't you
Well,
have earrings based, or you could be way more douchey?
I don't get frat boy off of him.
I am
No,
a
no,
little
no.
surprised. at
Uh,
that.
a little
Real
bit.
men don't do
For real.
earring.
Nah, I don't. Nah.
He's a Marine.
That's right.
You're a Marine.
Mhm.
Real men
Mhm.
don't do that.
Yeah.
You know, at
That
first,
jawline.
You can
at
tell
first-
by the
first
posture.
thing I got pierced was just my cartilage, and I think that's probably the pinnacle of douche right there.
I definitely, yep, I've dated a Marine. I know.
That's that feminine energy.
No,
is
not
what
yet.
that is.
That feminine energy is all down your throat, Chuck.
No, that's
Uh-huh.
the Amazon feminine energy. Yep.
Injury.
Jack just calmed down. He's like, "Fuck this."
He's like, I don't know if I want to be.
Yeah,
associated
but
here.
Jack's got a Prince Albert. What more can I say?
Oh,
Well,
I heard it. You got 3 or 4 of them.
you got a
now's the,
piercing. You got a piercing.
The ladder to heaven.
now's the opportunity, man. Like Jack was saying, like we could bring forth, today's the day for me. I don't know about tomorrow, but I know today's here.
So today's the day you're going in for your Prince Albert. Is that what you said?
What are you
I
bringing
don't think I
forth?
even heard that part of the conversation,
okay.
to be honest.
It
there's
just
just
seemed
some
oddly
words-
timed. That's all.
Dude, there's just
Yeah.
some words that just don't go in my brain, bro. Sorry.
Auto blocked.
Lanza, what are you bringing forth today? That you someone's
Godless, big head, washed up, hit the wall. I got no Simps head ass.
That has to be
DJ
me.
Addy Pupils is going wild in my
Oh,
chat.
yeah,
It doesn't
that has to be me. That has to be me.
I'm bringing forth the idea that what was it?
he just said you have excess fat.
Well, yeah. Congrats.
Lanza is trying to bring forth a spiritual
Yeah,
idea.
you know, in accordance with some changes, I was thinking we could pass some laws that if the deer that you shoot are gay and not heterosexual, that they're actually worth more money. I think we could, just thinking of strategies, and you got to prove that it was being gay and is worth more money.
You have to shoot them in the act of mounting another deer.
Well, if you're going to sell that venison to the gay bar, I would imagine they want proof.
Is this exclusive to deer, or does this extend into elk and bighorn sheep and please? And
I think he's
it's
wearing his antlers.
Animal identity politics.
I guess as a society, you could.
That is a strange question.
What's a strange question?
That you want to mount gay deer?
No. The gay deer get served at gay bars. Is that what you said?
I said like they're worth more money because they're more rare. So like they should be valued because people put a lot of value on like tons of crazy shit.
Oh really?
That is the way we're training kids now.
If someone will pay me $7,000 for a gay deer, I guarantee you I'll find one.
Well, yeah, you can find any deer. Once it's dead, nobody knows.
So Highland cows are already like
me wrong.
high priced. So what would a gay Highland cow go for?
Oh, what?
They're called Highland cows, and they're highly prized. So what would a gay one go for?
Why do you know that?
Zero
steak.
They go for zero.
He's not buying deer.
They're saying BK, you can't have it your way. You don't want beef. Put that burger down.
Get out to the west.
Lanza ain't buying deer. He's talking out his ass.
I'm in Kansas City. I don't know the difference. I've never even touched a cow.
What do you mean I don't know deer?
Yeah, because they live in like a small radius. That's what happens in Kansas. It's like
I live in a small community of 35 deer.
And cows, like in a small.
It's the same 35 every time.
Ken, I'm over on Gen X.
Just somebody's.
I've dropped the link 2 times now. It's up there.
In that, I don't know.
People.
I'm gonna let
How do you know?
you guys have a great night. Thank you for making me laugh and say stupid shit. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being one of our favorite autists. I can't say for sure the favorite because there's 2 people here that might object to that.
Well, in that case, I'd like to thank you for teabagging those digital gentlemen.
I second that, Lanza. I would.
Okay, here comes Talcott. He's gonna get a chance to talk now. Okay, see you guys.
My favorite autist is me. I am my own favorite autist.
We'll
that
see
makes
if he
sense.
gets to talk. Well, whoever is backstage left, so I don't know who it was.
I think it was Ken, probably.
I don't know. Ken's asking to join the panel.
It's open now. You can come back whoever you
There's
were.
a slot.
What?
It could be Vegeta's Temple as well. I saw him in Flo's chat.
Well, there's several people in my chat.
Well, I mean,
all are
people that
badass
actually
motherfuckers.
pop up. It could be Crispy too. Crispy pops up.
Except for Tarek, of course.
Could be Joe. I haven't seen Tarek pop up.
Oh
on a
yeah,
panel yet.
Joe. He was.
No, Tarek's just talking shit on
like
me in
he
my
did.
chat. I just scrolled up and he says that I need to stop sinning or it'll be my downfall or something like that.
Yeah. I have
He's still white.
Let me give
Something about black magic or something. I don't know.
He's still white knighting for Lindsay.
Oh,
I think.
he was Team Crispy for a while. He jumps around. He gets around.
You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to drop the link. I'm going to drop 2 links. The first one will be to Jeff's channel, and then thank you for having me. But
Are you leaving?
Thanks for.
I am.
You nerd.
Are you going to visit the limit, Tommy? Maybe.
No, I feel like I have to stay
Love
long.
you guys.
I was gonna jump down, bitch.
Take care. You can.
How do I
But now I'm
switch
staying.
tabs am I on?
Because I'm not leaving the
You
same
now
time as
Jack might
Flo.
get a chance to talk.
All right, I'll try my best to be quiet and let you talk.
Oh, it wasn't you. It was not.
Oh no, it's
it
me
was
too.
mostly
What the
Talk
fuck
on his
up,
own
Dave?
show.
Jeez.
Based.
Oh.
We're gonna fight in real life.
You think?
I think it'll be fun. It'll be
Yeah,
a fun spar. I mean, I'm
Oh.
down.
I'm down. You mean like boxing, mixed martial
Whatever,
arts,
MMA.
street fight? What are you trying to do, Dave?
MMA is more fun.
MMA? Okay.
Yeah.
What kind of training do you
I
have?
mean, you'll probably beat me.
Well,
Taekwondo.
definitely, but Taekwondo? That's like negative training, bro. You can't say that.
Are y'all gonna
I
do
don't
it on
know.
stream?
Spinning
Like a
back
fight
kick. You got to watch out for that.
Hmm.
Have you seen Joe Rogan spinning back kick?
I don't want to see Joe Rogan. I want to see you do it.
Well, mine is nowhere near as strong.
Duck under it. Duck under it. Then you can trip him.
If you can duck under that, I'd be impressed because it goes towards your abdomen.
Ain't nothing an
Yes, I
M16
can.
won't take care of.
Oh shit!
Like I said, you'd beat me, but I think it'd be fun anyway.
I don't know. I'll do it. Let's say June 29th. I'll beat Andrew Wilson, then I'll beat you.
You gonna fly out to where I'm at too?
Yeah.
$1,000.
Do I get $1,000 as well? If so, then I'm definitely down.
Well, there's talks of doing a debate before then with no money now.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Oh, really?
That's cool.
yeah.
Did he back off the money request or what?
No, it just
We'll see.
it might pop on there for a debate this week, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting a debate
Ken
kind of hard.
Lefty?
I mean, I'm trying to debate Forrest Velkai still, but he's a wuss. Doesn't like to
Does
talk
anybody know
about
Ken?
powers.
Ken,
Lefty?
yeah. Ken's from Mel's.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's cool.
Hey, Ken.
He's not gonna
Not-
get you.
Okay,
No.
yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Like trolls and porn bombers.
No, I
Hey,
don't
Ken
do that shit. That's not fun. That I already had that today happen to my live, and I had to take it down and redo it.
Oh,
Well,
So
I didn't
get
even know you
redo-
streamed.
I just streamed like a yes or no game. You know, Miss Ann.
Yeah.
I was playing yes or no with some of their
Oh, okay.
people,
Nice.
and I was even being more strict and take out the wooden spoon instead for her popper. She has a wooden spoon.
Nice.
What's up, Mr. EmpDave? You know who I saw the other day that used to be on Mel's channel? The other Dave who is on Weirdo Wonderland. The
There's
Dot
another
Dave.
on oh, 3 Dot Dave. Yeah, I like 3 Dot Dave.
Yeah, 3 Dot Dave. We don't talk about him.
3 Dot Dave's one of my favorite trolls.
Yay.
Oh, a troll I haven't met yet.
He's like a rhetoric troll. He'll like get you
Yeah.
down some weird argument path, and he'll just keep going until it's completely absurd.
Were you on Speak Easy's live yesterday?
Nope.
I was. It was very debatable. And then Mel talked about dreams, and I was.
Oh,
nice.
I went on the dream panel. If that's what you're
Yeah,
talking
I saw
about.
part of it. It was just Fatty and Mel. And people
Yeah.
But
watching
yeah,
videos.
I came up after the drama to try to
Yeah.
re-rail the conversation.
I want.
It
I'm.
really
Yeah,
derailed.
I could stay till about like 12. Then I have to go to bed because I got work early in the morning.
Yeah, I
So-
feel that.
Sucks to be you. I don't. I'd like to be a
Actually,
mom.
no, that's a lie. I have a parade in the morning with the fire department because I
Nice.
want.
That would count as work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, that's why I missed Mel's panel. I would love to talk about my dreams, but I actually had work yesterday plus a dead split shift, so I had
Yeah, we-
needed bedtime.
It was a pretty fun panel. It was cool.
I got to dip out for a minute. I got to check the radar. I got a tornado thing
Oh
going
my
off
God.
on my phone.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
if
have
we
fun,
don't
Chuck.
if we don't hear from you today, check in with us
We-
tomorrow so we know you're okay.
I guess have fun was probably the wrong thing to say.
You know what I also made from
No, it worked. Dorothy
You know what
seemed
I-
like she was having.
you know what I made
pretty
from Miss
fun
Anne's
time.
channel? Look,
Oh, nice. Liar.
the liar sign.
Yeah.
Hi Jeff, how are you, sir? Nice meeting
Hey.
you.
You too. Welcome.
Welcome.
Oh, you ain't the only one with signs here, bro.
Hi, Tommy stuck on the merry-go-round.
Merry-go-round.
That's when fat people go on a merry-go-round.
You need to cross
No.
out the A and put an E above it.
Yo, hi Hank. I met you on, I think it was Easy's channel.
I don't believe so. He must have been
You seem way
BC.
too nice
Never
for the
been on
panelverse.
Easy's
Something's
panel.
up.
No, Ken is very nice.
He's gonna get. I'm worried about him.
No, he's gonna.
Yo,
He's a
No,
fellow.
he's
bro,
got
you
a
wanna-
dark side. He has a dark side. I've seen it.
I got made fun of for my disability last night on the People's Podcast TV.
Yeah,
bro.
that's one thing you won't have to worry about on this channel.
What
at
did they
least.
say?
They said some,
No,
and
no,
I
no.
got.
What did they
Do you know who Mama Bear is and Taylor?
Mm-mm.
What's the Taylor channel? Let me look it up.
Oh, it's a YouTube person.
No, it's that B Mama Bear is that one channel, and then Taylor with stitching, bitching, and true crime.
Oh,
But
what did they say to you?
Oh,
no, that's not. Those are not the mean people. The mean people is the people's contact. The one that I just told you, they're women, but I told them and they've taken care of it for me. So they're like my YouTube mamas. So they're gonna go deal with it. So
nice.
We got more of that.
What did-
mama
what-
and
what
daddy
did they say to you?
going. Yep.
they
Well,
were
anyways,
kinda
guys,
being-
I am gonna jump down. I love you guys. Have fun. Thanks for letting me up.
No,
Nice meeting you, Jack.
Bye,
Nice
Mr.
meeting you,
Green.
Ezra. I didn't really get to talk to you at all.
It's all
But,
good.
appreciate
Sorry,
it.
I did. Yeah, I got a phone call. Sorry.
Bye,
You're good.
Mr.
All good.
Bye,
The rest
Mr.
of you.
Green.
Nice seeing you again, Toxic. I haven't seen you in a while.
Bye,
Happy you're still
Mr.
around.
Green.
Thanks, Ken. I'll catch you later, bud.
Love you, bro.
Dave's not here.
Yay! Hooray! Hey, Ezra, what's up? Nice meeting you.
What's up? Not how you doing? It's nice to meet you, Ken.
Not dealing with the bull. I don't know if I could say the S word on
Oh,
here,
yeah,
but
You can't. I can't. Shit.
Yeah.
the
Look at
bullshit.
that's
My
the word
preference
you
is
were
shite.
worried
is
about
the-
saying. Oh my god.
No offense
I'm
towards
sorry.
you, Ezra.
I'm sorry.
This is a whole new
Ezra,
sector of the
Yo,
town.
can I ask Ezra? No offense, but are you a dude or a girl? I was just
Is
curious.
my voice a little too low? Is that the problem? I'm definitely
No.
a female.
Is your name Ezra?
Yes,
Well, if you
that's
had
a
to
female
ask.
man. That's freaking Wonder Woman there.
I'm not
This is-
saying this.
And I'm a 6'1" Amazonian Viking Nephilium. It's nice to meet you. I'm
So
here
you're
to
a girl.
help conquer
Your
the
voice-
world.
I'm just
with a
saying your voice
matriarchal
sounds
type
kind of.
energy.
I'm just saying her voice kind of sounds a little hot. Just saying.
Oh, thanks, Ken. That's really sweet. Ken, I don't know how old you are, but now I feel like a cougar. So thank you very much. I hope you have a
No,
very
I
nice
didn't mean to make you feel like that. I'll be 25 next month.
I just
Oh
turned
my
39.
God. I thought
So,
you were, like,
sweetheart,
12.
it's okay. You have a very nice evening.
No, I'm 32.
I like older women, so
I
I'll be
do
right
too.
Yeah, and I'm
I'll be
finding
back.
out most men want to climb this tree. I don't know what the hell's going on. You all should put spring back in your pants, and let's talk in a little bit, okay?
Which or is one of those you? Are you one of the one lifted up the tree?
With the sorry, say that again.
Is one of those people you with the tree?
Yeah, that's the female figure with the large quads. Yeah, that's me. And the,
The
green
one
socks.
trying to pick it up
Mhm,
from
and the
behind.
pink with the
Yeah,
that's me.
Wow.
I'm 6'1". My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you all.
Yeah, you
I
too.
guess I'm a mama's boy today.
You lost your hat.
I know, I took it off. I'm too hot. I have to clean my den. So if I don't hear you guys, that's why.
Toxic, are you still there?
Yo, Ezra, what did you say?
I can fix a typo real quick. I'll be back.
Okay.
What
Just
did
lumber
Ezra
and
say?
lumberjacks. That's all you need to know.
Nice.
Jack, do you have any thoughts you
I'm-
want to wrap up?
I
with?
just
You've been
said-
trying to speak for a while. You've been.
I just said that as a compliment. I'm not trying to hit on her. I already like someone on a different channel.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, is this what dating is shifting to now? The YouTube. We have
Yeah,
YouTube
Whatever.
dating,
it's getting
live
weird,
dating,
Jack.
watch
Like,
people
yeah,
meet and
it's
reject each other in person.
No, she doesn't like me. She's just. I can imagine.
I don't think you understand. It's okay. It's okay. I definitely feel like more of a mother figure as we're discussing this subject with you, Ken, but we can get into that deeper if you have
Anyway,
mommy issues. There's a lot of
no,
mommy daddy issues in this community, I've
I'm
noticed.
not. I'm not
Tell
like
us
I
that.
your
I'm
can,
not
I
like
can
that.
gay uncle.
I'm not like that. I'm not like that. No, 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 no. Anyway, move
No,
on.
it's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. Yeah. You just find your little, fairy starlet heaven, grace, whatever you want to call it, and
Yeah.
just go there. Just do it, Ken.
Anyways, Jeff, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you, Ken?
I like
What's
your
up?
antlers, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you.
What made you decide to wear antlers?
Because they look cool.
Nice.
I saw them at the store. It was supposed to be, I converted to Satanism just before COVID. And so I bought all these. They had a Satan store a block from my house. And they had all these Satan horns. So I bought a whole bunch of them. This is the
Nice.
only one left.
Hi, Jack. Nice meeting you.
Greetings, Ken.
Sorry for cutting you off there.
Oh,
Not
he's
actually,
still
I don't know how I'm a sweet person. I don't know how someone could be mean. You know what I mean? But there's mean
Have you
people.
been mean before to people?
No, I could never. Cause if
Like
I
out
be
of
mean,
anger or frustration?
no.
or whatever?
Cause then if I'm mean, I have straight apologize for. So, cause a lot of my friends, I'll say this. I don't know if Ezra can say something coming from a woman's perspective, but a lot of my friends, they're like, oh, say if you had a wife and you got in an argument, during the argument, would you get mad at her or would you be like, oh, I'm sorry, blah, 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 and then tell her oh, blah, blah, I'm sorry for what you're going through, but I'm just angry, or would you just be feel her pain and, you know what I mean?
Fixed.
What's the answer?
I don't know, cause a lot of cause my opinion is I wouldn't, if I got into an argument, I wouldn't be mad at her. I'd be like, it's, you know how most guys in an argument are mad.
Yep.
Well,
If it's an
anyone,
argument,
not even just
Would
guys.
you agree? Sorry, Jeff. I want to hear your opinion on this, especially.
No, go ahead.
I'm gonna say it, and what I'm gonna get to the core of it, if I get into the details, is gonna be balance. So at the end of the day, you both need to hold your grounds. There's a whole thing on codependency that's very important to address. So if you're just catering to her, that's not necessarily the answer, nor is that what either of you need.
is that something good or is that
Sometimes
bad?
there's well, that's what I was going to say. Sometimes there's a comforting factor that's more of a resonance situation versus what's right or wrong. But sometimes that goes into codependency.
Yeah.
You need to be comfortable in your own skin, and it's okay to vent or because this gets into expression, just general emotion expression. But
Yeah.
you shouldn't be giving yourself away every time. You shouldn't just constantly be catering to the
Yeah.
woman. Is kind of
'Cause
what I just heard from you.
Yeah. Because I get
You need to be
when
strong in your convictions.
yeah.
Yeah.
I get when it comes to people like that, I shouldn't say get very sensitive. I'm like that person that's always loving and kind and can never get mad at someone.
Yeah, I can see that.
Don't worry, Jack will teach you the ways of
I don't know.
anger.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Hank's right. Stick around the panel verse.
Yep.
That'll
Hey,
up.
Yeah.
I actually, if I can, I'd like to step out. But Ken, I it's a pleasure to meet you, and I love your innocence. You have an innocence to you, even at your age, that it's admirable.
Yeah, I don't know.
What Ezra is offering back, the other side of that is natural too.
Yeah, I grew up that way because I'm religious, so that's from my. Not even if I wasn't religious, I've grown up in a household where I think because my brother has moved out, and technically I have two sisters that live here, but the one is only moving to. She's not coming home for the summer because of her issues she has. But she normally would be living here, but she's at college. But like, I'm the only guy in the household, really, and with a bunch of my sisters and my mom.
God, I
Like,
could totally relate.
This is where maybe some encouragement in strengthening as a man might actually be helpful. But I'm gonna step out. I trust you guys
Jack,
have that
it should be a
completely.
pleasure.
Good night,
Get
Jack.
with me. We should continue
Yes.
our conversations, and I look forward to doing it again.
hi,
Yeah.
Toxic, by the way.
Thank you. Have a good night, all. Peace.
Thank you, Jack. Sorry, I didn't mean to like go into a different topic, diverse and go.
Believe me, we do that here. We've been going for a while. That's
Yeah,
Do you guys
welcome
watch
to the
true?
channel.
Do you guys watch true crime at all?
no. I like the fake crime a lot, but the only true crime I've watched Murder in the
Fake
Bayou,
crime.
like a murder, like murder mysteries, like the fictional kind. But the
Okay.
true crime, I watched Murder in the Bayou and The Killing Fields, because they were both
Yeah.
about crimes in Louisiana, which is the area I'm from, and that's the only
Nice.
thing that got me interested in them.
What you
Otherwise-
guys doing for Memorial Day tomorrow?
Oh shit! Are you serious? Fuck.
Yeah, he's serious.
Oh, all right. Well, nothing, I guess.
I'm
I was
getting.
trying to make sure I had everything I needed because
I was already spotting out the remote locations
Actually,
where
no.
nobody else goes.
The store should be open till like 2 or 3 because I work at Stop and Shop. It's the grocery store here in New York. So
Oh, y'all are open. Everything's. I keep seeing signs everywhere. It closed from Memorial Day.
really, actually, we had an air show this weekend. The last air show was today because the Blue
Blue
Angels.
Oh,
Yeah,
right. Yeah, those are cool. They're
they're
loud.
loud. They're loud. They blew right over my store when I was outside. I'm like, why am I hearing and then feeling wind sucking me in? And I was like,
well, we
Where
can
are
do
you-
a panel tomorrow for Memorial Day.
yeah. Where are you guys from?
I'm
from
Pittsburgh,
Wisconsin,
Pennsylvania.
and I live in
I live in
Oregon.
Washington.
Sorry, go ahead, Hank.
You live in
I'm
Oregon?
from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh God,
You're in New York.
Steelers.
Here's the thing: I don't care about sports ball, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay, because I'm a non-New Yorker when it comes to baseball. I'm a diehard Red Sox fan.
Oh.
And a diehard Philadelphia Eagles, baby. Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
You guys,
double
are you-
check.
the
And
New
Ken, no
York,
disrespect,
actually
that has nothing
today,
to do with your family.
I just got done watching the New York Rangers. They took the third game to make it 2-1 in the series. If they win this series, they go to the Stanley Cup.
Oh.
And they haven't won one since God knows who knows.
Well, that sounds good.
Do you guys watch any sports? Ezra, Toxic, Jeff? Nope, not interested.
I don't know if Toxic is there anymore.
Hank,
Toxic.
I still own a cheese head, and I still make connections due to my
You're a
Wisconsin
cheesehead?
background. I'm from Wisconsin. I was a
Oh,
hardcore
okay. My
Packer
mom
fan
dated a cheesehead,
until
and they had the
until I
actual
left.
cheesehead.
And
Let's
right,
go.
you let go of it to some extent, but you never really let go of it.
How about college football? That's the big question.
I would say, the Badgers is what I watched, but I never got into it that closely. So
Let's go.
I can't
Ohio
100%
State
relate.
Buckeyes. Ohio
But
State
let's
Buckeyes.
just, what it comes down to me is like the core of camaraderie with some
Yeah.
of those sports, the importance of what it teaches you in the lessons. My
Yeah,
dad taught me in basketball and softball,
Yeah.
and I did track.
Going
And
going
so
into
I'm
the
very
sport.
thankful. I'm very thankful, So I think those
Yeah.
kind of connections and those type of aspects of it are important. But I'm going to tell you, Ken, like personally, I think what's happened and what a lot of us see here, especially what we talk about in this panel verse, is that there's a lot of disconnected attributes to
People.
the current society, right? And infiltrated like celebrityhood. So
Sports.
sort of separating those things, respecting an
Yeah.
athlete, but also realizing like the inflation of what we
Yeah.
right, the
Belief.
pedestals we push them up on, and this goes across the board for
Yeah.
everybody.
Yeah.
Do we all
Sport-
deserve to be put on any sort of pedestal?
Well,
Sports is
I think we or at least I do. I elevate talent and merit, and I definitely admire it. And
sports is not what it used to be. Sports is not what it used to be. Because with sports now, like hockey, they're trying to take away fighting in hockey, and it's like, how can that be? Because hockey wouldn't be fun no more. What's up, Jeff?
Catching up on comments. Sorry.
So tomorrow, you gonna do a stream for Memorial Day?
Yeah, I think I will. I stream every day anyway. At
I'm in the parade. I'll be in the.
tomorrow, like all day stream.
Are you going to a parade?
No, they don't
I'll
have
be
parades.
in. I'll be in one for my fire department, so I'll be in one.
Oh, that's
from,
cool, Ken.
Like on the fire truck.
No, on a
You work
brush
at the
truck.
fire department? That's great. That's awesome.
Volunteer for now.
That doesn't. Yeah, that's awesome. That's great that you're doing that.
Yeah, I on a brush truck.
Ooh. I got
The
some
brush
old.
truck.
Do you hear that? I got some old cars riding through behind me.
The brush truck is fun.
Have you gotten to go out to any fires yet?
Actually, recently, 2 weeks ago, I went to a brush fire, which I was there 2 hours. 2 days ago, actually 3 days now, I went to a, which is sad to say because I found this girl. She was deceased while we were trying to revive her, and we found out she was deceased. So
Wait, what? You found a dead body on the?
so we were trying to regulate her with a machine, and apparently in the middle of it she died. That's why we'll say the word deceased, because I don't know if I'm allowed to say it on here, but yeah,
No, it's okay.
she
Was that your
was
first experience with that?
she was only 19 and she overdosed.
Ooh.
Sadly.
Ooh. Was that your first experience like that in that scenario?
No, look, last month I witnessed my own friend die in a car accident that I had to go to, and I didn't know it was my best friend.
Oh
so
my
sorry.
God! And when you got there,
yeah,
how are you doing?
Yeah, that's
trying to hang in there because it was I'm sad about that, but it's like my best friend. She was since I grew up, and I was trying to like eventually ask her out. So it's like, yeah, when I got there, I was like, yeah, I found her head decapitated.
How long ago was this?
Fuck.
Almost 2 weeks ago.
I'm so sorry, Ken.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's why I haven't talked about it much, because
I can't fully relate, but I have experienced death at a lot of death at a young age.
actually this past week, one of my friends, not one of my friends, but a friend that we used to know, my sister used to know, got hit. It was in a hit and run accident and got killed. Actually, is it 4 days ago now? Yeah, 4 days ago, down the street from my job, actually. And apparently she was walking at 3:30 in the morning. Don't know why. She was 21, walking down at 3:30 in the morning, and some person hit her and ran off.
So they never did catch the person who did.
Are you familiar with New York, Long Island, New York at all? There's Suffolk County and Nassau County. Nassau County is way out there by the city, but they found him all the way in Nassau County when it happened in Suffolk County. So they found it all the way back deep. But yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, some days I get good calls. Like tonight, I'm on call. Actually, right now my pager is quiet. Thank God. So once once they
But
hear that.
it's so admirable, especially the way that you're handling it and talking to us about it right now.
Yeah.
There is like a respect. I think I can hear you just from my experience in working in the medical field and some of the situations I've been put in and trying to like talk about it in the most respectful manner. I've
That's
noticed that
why.
you've definitely, yeah, but the fact that
Yeah.
it was your own friends too,
Mhm.
it's showing me personally, and I don't know you that well, but that you're very well equipped to handle these kind of situations and actually be that person, to be that stronghold. Which is
Thank you. I
crucial
appreciate it, sweetie.
in emergencies, like, right, in that some people cannot even, they actually will just flee the scenario. It's that whole flight, fight, or freeze or fawn.
I'm trying to
So,
go to the FDNY,
hold
but
on
I
to
don't know.
that. Yeah.
But yeah, I got like that's why I'm in this and then a pair of shorts. Because if I gotta run to because the station's literally right across the street from my house. So I live right here. It's like in that diagonal right to my house. So if I hear something on my pager, emergency respond, do, and so I have to run. Like put on slippers and run out the door, or I'll go barefooted, depending on the weather. Like right now, I'm on call right now just because I gotta get certain quotas in. You know what I mean? For the end of the month.
Yeah.
That-
You have to
well,
be all of us should be prepared. And I apologize. I don't mean to leave at this situation, but I am I do have to go to another already set
yeah, I
up.
think I'm
So
gonna wind it
thank you though,
down.
Ken, like, and Jeff. Seriously, you know, we've talked a little in the past, so I apologize because I didn't want to explain that, but I've come on with
You,
other
Ezra,
amped
Ezra,
upness, and I wanted to, you know, finally come on and actually have a more of a conversation. So I'll
yeah.
be back.
Do you
And
have
Ken,
a
again,
channel? Yeah, do you have a
I do.
channel?
Thank you. I do. My channel name is Mindful Exposures. If you could leave yours in the chat, if anybody could tag that, and
Can
then
you send me your link?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the
Put it-
chat too.
Thank you. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. And I
I
can put it in the
don't.
back chat is what I was
How
getting
do I?
into. So
How do I put my
Oh
link in
yeah,
the chat?
go in the
No,
back.
how do I put my
I'm
you
link in?
can go to your channel page and then just copy the link at the top and paste it in the private chat if you don't have a wrench. Because, you know, obviously,
Channel details.
you can literally just copy the top address when you go into your own page. So I put that in the back chat.
What's the name of your channel? Is it under your name?
It's Mindful, or oh yeah, Ken. What's your sorry.
I think that's right. Did I just put it in?
Yes, you did.
Is it you in a car? Like, there's no
Who?
videos on.
Yep. With
Oh, there's a
23.
few. Yeah,
Yeah.
I found you. Okay,
Yep.
here we go.
Did you find me?
Yep, surprise
Thanks
open
again,
panel
guys.
stream, spread good vibes, and laundry sorter.
Love it. Good night, guys.
Yes,
Have a good
that's
one.
me.
Thank you.
Because I went.
You too.
Thank you.
Good night. And well,
So
good
I'm gonna
meeting
head
you.
out
Thank
because I
you
got.
very much for volunteering. Like, that's a really good thing that you're doing. Very,
It's
very
hard. I
valuable.
grew up. Like I'm on call right now, and if I get a call, I have to run. But yeah, that's why I don't stream much often. Plus, I have a not full-time, part-time job at the grocery store. So
Oh,
I have my parade 11 to 1, 2 o'clock. I go into work till 6, and then have my free time when I get home. Hopefully.
cool.
So if I'm not on panel tomorrow, what time is it there now?
Right now, it's like 9 o'clock at night. I'm on the West Coast.
Oh, because it's 12:02 a.m. here in the morning.
Oh yeah, with 3 hours.
Yeah, if I'm not, because I don't know what time you're going to be live tomorrow, my time, because I'll be home at 6 p.m. my time from work. So.
Oh yeah, that's like I usually open it. I'm gonna open it probably about 3 p.m. your time. And so
Okay.
depending on how long I go, there may be still people here. The best thing to do is subscribe, and then it'll show you.
Because I'm supposed to be setting off booms tomorrow too.
Oh right, it's Memorial Day. Yeah.
Fireworks.
Y'all get to do fireworks there.
I have some. I'm trying to get my license to legally have them because here you're legally supposed to not, but people do it here
Right.
all
That's
the
how they do
time.
here, and they do them anyway.
But you can technically, most people don't know this because I've tried to work. Do you know what Gucci is? Gucci, the firework company.
Mm-mm.
But they set off the big fireworks shows. I tried to get involved with that, but in order for you to legally do that, you have to have a pyrotechnic license. So I'm trying to get my pyrotechnic
Oh
license
wow, cool!
to
Wow.
legally carry them. It's weird because for like, say if someone wanted to legally carry, you know what I mean?
Like a gun.
Legally, yeah. I didn't know for how to say it, but you can't have a pyrotechnic license if you have to carry a gun, because then technically that's counted at a felony, even though because legally you're not allowed to carry fireworks as a citizen. So say if I have my license to carry guns, I can't get my license to carry fireworks because
This is a New York City. I mean, a New York State law.
yeah, New York State law.
They're really strict on fireworks.
Yeah, and then which sucks is they changed the limit to age restrictions for like, say if the age of parents control like to date, you know what I mean? If she wanted to date, so the legal age now is 16, bro. And I'm like, bro, that's weird as fuck. I don't know about there where you are from, but I know they changed it to 16 recently, and I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is here.
Since they done that, I see weird shit happen in my parking lot at my job. Last Sunday night, I was closing and I seen people doing it in the parking lot in their car. And first I heard it and I went to go check because I didn't know if a girl was okay, but she was like, and then I'm realizing what she was screaming, DADY. I'm like,
oh my God, you see all kinds of stuff. Wow.
Weird. Like, bro. Are you familiar with Mel Pandora's channel?
No, I'm kind of familiar with Stoned and Alone, and Uncle Fatty was telling me about Mel's.
Uncle Fatty.
Checked it out a little bit the other day. Yeah, Fatty was here the other night. We hung out and had a
Uncle Fatty, he's funny. I kind of I was on a scene with him yesterday on Dreams, and I spoke.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of that one.
Yeah, it was funny. You should probably see me in there in the beginning. But yeah, Mel's actually Stone's actually live right now. I think. Okay. Is he live? Is my boy live?
Let me see who's live. Yep, Stone but Alone. Open panel on the strange and mysterious.
Yes.
Mel's on there too. Here, I will put that link.
Usually what they do is they don't open the panel until they have their discussion. Then they open it. So usually it's just Stone and Mel talking about the topic. Then they just open it after that. But I gotta get to bed because I'm tired. It's 12:06 in the morning. If I get a call, I have to run, but I want some sleep because I haven't had any calls because it's been slow tonight. I hope it stays like that, to be honest. The better sleep I can get.
Yeah, that's important. Definitely take care of that.
God bless you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. And yeah.
You too, Ken. It was good to meet you.
I don't know how much longer you're going to be streaming for, but I'll probably be watching it from my television. Just because I'm going to shut down my computer. So I'm probably going to... Are you going to be live much longer?
Yeah, I think I'm going to wind it down too. I've been going for a while. So
have a good night. God bless everyone in Jeff's channel. I love you all.
Oh.
Peace.
Thank you. Yeah. Wow. That's just too... Some people are too good. Anyway, I think that's it for me tonight. I'm kind of winding down myself, and I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about that monotropism thing that shows up in neurodivergent communities like this, and see what else comes up. Have a good rest of your night, and it's Memorial Day. I forgot. I think I'm still going to try to talk about it. We'll see who shows up. And then I'll do just the open holiday panel. like I did for Christmas and New Year's and stuff. So see you then. Happy Memorial Day, and see you tomorrow.